still feel it in the back of my throat.
Oh, I know you do.
It's crazy to start touching.
Okay, we're here. We got into a small conversation with some guys, some guy named AG something, and a guy named Dino, and they think God of War is at the very least tier 0, or not maybe tier 0. Like they think it's boundless and
1A.
some shit like that. 1A at the very least, low ball. And they found out I have God of War mountain level. So these children decided to try to harass me and Stealth and make this whole ordeal about why we're so dumb, and they just spam our inboxes with stuff, and I'm just like, okay.
Not me.
Not to
Thankfully,
mention,
not me. They would have.
yeah, I mean, they don't know your Instagram.
Thankfully, they would not have
never
survived
find
the
it.
night.
Mm-hmm.
No, they would have not survived the night. I wouldn't allow them to.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
interrupt me in my own time, I'm going to crash out.
Anyways, the debate will start soon. Just gotta wait a few minutes for Mr. Mangler to join.
Yeah. Fell on Musk. Fell on Musk.
Fell on Musk, guys.
Crazy thing is, if I tried to explain to them that extroverts or boundless isn't a tier, it would just they would have no comeback. But the most useless tier. Oh, gotta go.
Nice.
I'm just gonna be hitting the box now. Well, oh, I got the stoner. Not the gun I wanted. I wanted the RPD. Thing does 0 damage and is gold.
Alright, I think Ezio's gonna join soon.
Yeah. Hopefully so. Huh. Farmer's pretty good as well. There's the AK. Don't.
Hello, Ethan. Hello, Swag. Matthew Editor.
Poseidon, I'm just. Dino, I'm
Poseidon.
just gonna
Dino,
watch.
you're just gonna watch. Matt, are we still friends? Oh my gosh. Dino's sitting here because he wants to save himself from the pain and torture.
Mr.
Don't-
Mangler,
hey,
please!
Mr.
Can we call this
Mangler,
a time?
I need this.
wait, no. I'm not talking crap or anything. It's just funny. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just the funniest thing I've
Say,
seen.
Mangler, can we call this a draw?
It's like not how debates go.
And
again-
Dino, let's forget that you're the one who said, "Oh, debate us, clown," and now you're gonna back out. Be like, "I'm just gonna watch."
No,
Jessica,
if anybody's gonna
Mangler's
debate,
gonna
I'm
join in a
gonna.
minute or two. You can join the chat
Oh, Street Trooper!
stream if you want.
Street Trooper! You can join VC.
You can join see.
I got the Street Trooper.
Anything.
He-
Hello,
He
Sub-Zero.
doesn't particularly talk.
I'm not interested in beefing with your idiots anymore. Well, that's really rich coming from you, who used to have DMC slamming Kratos.
Wait. It's not you. It's not your. It's your. With an apostrophe. Oh.
Bro, trying to escape already? Dude, I know, right? You, Dino, you seemed very interested to debate me up until you noticed I was here and I was gonna stream this. Hello, JFM.
Where is the mystery box? I need the RPD. I need it.
You debate here, AG? Well, that's fine. They can see this anyways. It's just whatever you want to make it easier.
I got the RPD.
I suggest you pull up my stream though, because I'm gonna be talking to you. I'm not gonna be typing. And neither will Mangler.
Why is it not applying the blueprints? Because I'm running? Okay, there you go. There you go. The blueprint
Brosoff
applied.
Faust and Peter's pants. I don't really care. Sure you do, Dino. You're just. It's too late for you, and you can't do anything.
Let's just.
Mango's on right now, right? I'm just questioning since you live right now. Yeah, he said he's gonna join. Oh my god.
Unrelenting.
Put this on the TV right now for my family and I to watch. Oh my gosh. No way. This alone is extraversal. Max, he's claiming extraversal a tier. Time to castrate him.
It's not. It's not a tier. It doesn't
We'll go
exist
over
as a
this
tier.
later. Extraversal does not exist. Only God is extraversal. Where are you streaming? YouTube.
Well, not even that. So it's specifically apathetic God, but like
Apathetic
it's still a
theology, yeah.
contradiction. It's still a contradiction because the way apathetic works, you can't claim anything about it. You can't claim its existence. Claim its existence, you're negating its existence. You're negating its inaffability. The way the current tier 0 works.
Well, I mean, also, the only reason people say that, oh, it doesn't work for God even because we know of his existence, the only reason why is because he chooses to show himself to us.
Well, no, it's not even that. So, when Apathetic came out, I like how Toxic and everybody else... We can't hear you, Meg. I like how Toxic and everybody else, like, when they brought out this specific theology, they forgot to mention that in the Cliff Notes version, it literally said there was a hype train of atheists running against it, and they won debate. The atheists won why Apathetic should not be, like, an actual theology. Because you can't claim God's existence. And this is where they came up with positive theology. As a specific response to, basically, we can claim God's existence, we could claim stuff about it, but what they failed to understand was they would be, or what power scales failed to understand is, if you claim negative, you have to claim positive.
Yeah.
Can't get away with only having. So, yeah. I would not claim. I would not.
If I remember correctly, AG can't use Chord and uses instant debate. Oh yeah, I know. That's why I have it pulled up on my stream. He's infinite, to be honest. She's above infinite.
It should be trans-infinite. If you scale them to everything said about it, it should be trans-infinite. Because
No, there's no word we can use.
talents were specific. But again, I'm a Catholic. I'm not Catholic. I believe in God. I'm Christian.
Yes.
Power scaling them is just the stupidest thing possible. Leave God out of it.
Just don't leave God out of it.
Also, hello, Ezio. Let me lower. I
Hello,
don't know. There's
Error.
an echo. Is there an echo?
Just a little bit.
Oh, hey, Error. Okay. Is it
Oh, nice.
there now?
Mangler and Ezio's in.
Yeah.
Right.
I was saying hello. I was saying that I can't hear them.
Yeah, I can't hear them either.
Ezio's playing Demon Souls.
But he's here for
He's
first.
playing Peak.
Involving God and religious stuff into power scaling so dumb. Yeah, it is.
It is. They again. They only brought it in because of theology.
Purple and
They wanted to upscale
sandwich.
certain verses. Sandwich.
He said
Sorry
sandwich.
to tell you. Fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna fight this anymore. I gotta lock it in. I'm out round 38. I've only suffered 3 downs. I got the other LMG. This is the perfect setup. I got a lot of.
Oh,
That you
there's
can't
Mr.
hear
Mangler.
me is because I was not choosing to speak.
Sorry, Mr. Mangler.
Well, let your presence be known in another way.
I'm just saying it was not a connection error. It was
Oh, okay.
intentional.
I
Well,
see, okay.
best to always make certain.
Okay.
Well, you messaged me, you know.
Well,
Let's start this.
yeah, but I don't have my phone. My phone is like with my mom.
Yeah, Mangler's here now, Ultra.
Imagine having your phone taken away by your parents. It's crazy.
No, she's using it because her phone is dead. I'm a loving son.
Allow
I help out
me
my parents.
to reiterate my statement. Imagine having your phone taken away by your parents.
Still the same thing.
Okay, all right.
What does context matter? Context never matters. Ever. For any
No, it
reason.
doesn't.
No,
No,
right.
it doesn't. me explaining God of War. It's like context doesn't matter. You just take the statement.
We just take the statements, yeah, no matter how vague they are.
So,
I
it is my understanding that I was invited here to explain some things to, what was it, 4 or so people?
So,
That
2
one
of the
that
people
came-
just ducked and said, oh, they had quote-unquote sleep, and just immediately left the moment I said Mangler was going to be there.
Well, that
And
tends to
then-
happen. A lot of God of War people, but
And then the Dark Knight guy
Kev.
is in this chat right now, and AG
He's
wants
the
to
person
debate
that you
on Instagram.
debated. Well, he's
I'm
not the person.
aware.
He's the person you discussed with.
Say, Mangler, can we call this a draw?
We gotta put that on a t-shirt.
well, I thought you said there were 4 of them. 2 of them left. He's here, but that, correct me
And
if I'm
there's
wrong,
another
but that does
AG
not
guy.
equal.
He's also in the chat.
I was gonna say
Helios
that does
is
not
5D?
equal 4.
Could not substantiate.
Helios is 5D? Yeah, no, that's not true.
I don't know how you would even come to the conclusion that he's 4D when God of War never actually addresses a higher dimensional
Space-time.
cosmology directly. No, just higher dimensional cosmology in general. It
Yeah, I
never
know, but
even
like-
talks about it.
Okay,
You guys do that. I'm just here to. I'm here to spectate.
so, he's arguing a simple NPC from the God of War verse completely destroys the Devil May Cry universe, and he has Devil May Cry at town level, if I remember correctly.
It's probably gonna be no. I was gonna say it was the OTG debunk, but it's like OTG had them at building level.
He has them at building level, but
This information on the screen in the stream, because I have it up on my computer, but I think based on how I'm looking at it, I might not.
I could stream my actual screen to you, so there's no delay. Hold on.
No. It's better that I can watch it here. I'm just saying in the.
Uh,
Please see the title of whatever that video is.
Okay. Let's see. The
who's got the
This
background?
alone is
Also, please tell me it's me.
and scaling. Hold on, let me tell my roommates to shut up.
I am currently.
Hopefully it's not me, because I am currently dying in the background because I'm playing zombies.
It's always very quiet in my background. Very tranquil.
Yeah, pretty.
Oh well, it seems like he just left the room. There's not really
he's
anything going
likely
on in
talking to
his.
his roommates.
Okay.
There's not anything
quiet.
that's going on in his background either. So it might be someone
Hopefully
else's
it's not
fault.
mine.
Okay. Let's
Well, that
go
is
over
it.
the
He's
first
muted.
video first. This alone is extraversal,
I
scaling
don't know,
God of
dude.
War Norse cosmology. Let me mute this music. Are you a calm and reasonable person? Norse versus Greece. Okay. I'm doing it third time since my original remaster version. Could use some improvement.
It's so hard to see that red text.
Let me see if I can enlarge it. Is that better for you?
I was just. Yeah. To start off, every pantheon exists in the God of War verse, and each pantheon is a universe of infinite realities, meaning they are universes. They are multiverses, making the God of War verse a megaverse of infinity multiverses. Okay.
Where's Alex?
Lots to unpack there. So first of all, as far as every pantheon being a universe of infinite realities, source, where is it ever stated in any of the games, any of the guides, any of the novels, or any material anywhere that there is even an infinite number of universes? The only statement that would even imply an infinite number of anything is just that one statement from the God of War, I think it was either the card game or the board game, which was just referring to the Well of Erd, or that the Nords used, which was the Well of Fate, and that was actually used to argue that the Yggdrasil was 2A, because that well presumably exists on the Yggdrasil tree. And then Ragnarok came along and was like, actually, it's not a... like, where the Nords reside in their well isn't actually like a a strict place because it's always constantly moving and it's shifting. And the area, when you go there, what you perceive is completely different based on the person. You never get any like statements of there being infinite timelines. It's just that's just a state, like a hype statement for the board game. It's never actually presented in its in like a genuine capacity. As far as the pantheons, objectively not. They are not universes. You can physically walk between the pantheons. They reside in different countries. They are separated by geography according to the directors and the animators and the writers. If you are separated by geography, you are separated by a border or a region of like countries or land masses on the planet. They're also all stated to be on one planet. I don't know how you came to the conclusion that they were universes, except other than just taking the creation feats at face value. But you don't take them at face value when you have like more material in the series that confirms otherwise. That's what context means.
Alright, let's go to the next part.
Was this talking right now, Mangler? Yes, I am Mangler.
Mangler is talking. Okay, here he has a Matt Sophos statement. I wonder if there will be infinite timelines and possibilities in each realm. Well, Kratos does have a habit of changing the way myths are supposed to be play out. Nothing is written that cannot be unwritten. Kratos beats fate. Okay, well that's just a...
It's got to be one of the weakest arguments I've ever seen in favor of like Matt Sophos, because Matt Sophos. So from that guy, John Hammerstein in particular, this guy is notorious for going around and constantly asking Bruno and Matt questions about how the pantheons exist.
Yeah.
And when he doesn't get a question he wants, he'll ask further for elaboration, and it sometimes works with Matt. It doesn't work at all with Bruno, because Bruno will just flat out tell him, no, by the way, they're actually just countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, maybe you need like a special forms of travel. It's like, no, you don't need a special form of travel. You just walk there. It's like, I don't know why he's coming to this conclusion, but even based on like this statement, John Hammerstein is the one claiming there's infinite timelines and possibilities in each realm.
Yeah.
Matt Sophos doesn't answer this. He just says that Kratos has a habit of changing the way that myths are supposed to play out. Nothing's written that cannot be unwritten. Kratos beats fate. To be clear, that's just him directly pointing out that in like a thematical way, Kratos tackles fate. If you want to take that literally, that's contradicted by the actual story in the Norse pantheon, because in Ragnarok and God of War 4, you find out that Kratos' entire journey is basically painted on a mural by the giants, who are capable of seeing the future. So he's not beating fate. He is playing to fate's fiddle exactly as it's supposed to be. He's doing exactly what fate expects of him, or rather, causality.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't break it in the slightest. And you also have examples of this in God of War 1 as well, because it's confirmed in Ghost of Sparta that, or not God of War, God of War's Greek pantheon, that in Ghost of Sparta, there is a prophecy that a marked warrior will bring about the end of Mount Olympus. And this comes from a prophet who sees the future. Kratos, who is a marked warrior, literally goes on to bring about the end of Mount Olympus. They actually end up attacking Sparta and taking his brother Deimos specifically to prevent that prophecy from coming true. And it actually causes the prophecy to come true. There's also another one about the god of war basically putting an end to Mount Olympus, which is an ascension. And Kratos references that prophecy in Ragnarok and says, I thought it was about Ares. It turns out that in reality, it was still true in some extent. It was just referring to me, not Ares.
Mm-hmm.
So Kratos is not even above fate. He's actively abiding by it all the time.
I'm pretty
Bruno
sure,
ain't reliable. Bruno's been consistently reliable. Bruno has consistently made the same claims and the same statements about how the pantheons have worked, and the same statements are also provided in the games, in the novels, and in the guides, as well as the comics. Also, saying Bruno's not reliable, that's hilarious, because he is literally the director of the Valhalla DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, everything that came out of that DLC is not only what he believes, but is his word. Again, not the animation director, the director. It's like the only reason you would believe Bruno is unreliable is because you have to accept that Bruno will just flat out tell you, no, they aren't universes. And you would hate that if you're a God of War scaler, because most God of War scalers argue Kratos is uni or multiversal. So if a director came along and told you, no, the pantheons aren't universal, your entire scaling chain falls apart. Everything you believe falls apart.
And they can't even believe that, so...
No, they don't want to, because their purpose is to argue that he is. So that would be antithetical to your position. So you just lie about it.
Yeah.
Which is why you see so many people arguing like, well, here's some examples of him talking about like a primordial or some titan and arguing whether Thanatos is primordial or not, which proves that Bruno isn't reliable. It's like, okay, here's 30 statements of him answering the same fucking question the same way 10 million times. He's not reliable? I'm sorry. Consistency seems to be a very reliable way to answer a question. But I wouldn't know. I've only answered like a billion of those. So is everyone else here.
Yeah. And also, actually, Mingler, one thing that AG and Dino were saying here, or the Darkest Night were saying, they were saying that the Sisters of Fate do, in fact, control fate, and it is, quote-unquote, stated by the novel. But I know that's not what it said. Do you happen to have the exact quote?
Yep, I have a novel. So what I will tell people, again, is that the Sisters of Fate believe they control fate. They believe they control fate because when they manipulate the threads, it forces someone to do a set of actions and conditions. The reason why I explained that it's not technically fate in the strictest sense is because it's not really changing. Like, they don't change overall courses of events over a period of time. They alter how an individual does things in the moment. Like a good example of this, let me see if I can find one. It's specifically how Hermes gets fired, not how he gets, yes, how he gets fired from his job. Because he's actually fired from his job during the events of God of War II, and he gets replaced as the messenger of the gods with Iris. Because he decides to just leave in the middle of the events. Let me see if I can find this example. And he points out that when he goes to a specific... Because he gets fired because he leaves to go to a specific location, and when someone asks him why he did that, later on he's like, I have no idea. I was just kind of compelled to go there. And it's revealed later that the Sisters of Fate manipulated him into going there. They altered his thread.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell people, like, yeah, that's body control.
It's not
because they
fate.
control your body and your life. Like, fate is manipulating causality, basically. It's manipulating the actual sequence of events. Well, I say that because, like, technically speaking, when you and I talk about fate, we're talking about it in sort of like a philosophical, practical sense. The scientific iteration of what fate is just causality. It's doing an action and then receiving the end result of that action. Because fate just entails that on like a small or a large scale, depending on what you're dealing with. I'd have to go find like the specific one, because this entire novel is like 300 something pages, so you have to provide me like a direct source, because I don't remember the exact point where they state it. I'm going through it right now. You'd have to provide me like a statement to go through. Like if you give me like a page number or something, I can find it in like seconds.
Dino or AG, do you have anything to say to that? Because you were pretty stuck on they do control fate, and you would provide no evidence to me.
I got the source right here. I can find your source in 2 seconds. So if you want to put that test to water, we can see how long it'll last.
Let's see here. Oh, Dr. Foss, are you even debunking, or are you having people do it for you? He's having people do it for him. KCL this motherfucker off. Can you tell me what the people said about my video so I can respond to myself here? Cheating, kick them off? Okay. Well, anyways, we're gonna still go over your video. Each geographical region is basically a universe having a cosmology and set of gods as per the belief system of people living in those region. Exactly. Having a universe. No, it's they believe it's their own universe. Because every pantheon believes they were the ones who created everything. If I remember correctly.
Oh, this is one of the Cory Barlog DM statements that, like, we could never source because it's just a screenshot of a DM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Also,
unsourceable,
Phalix Mangler's not answering
unverifiable.
that question.
What question?
You don't want to know. Don't look in the chat. Oh, now he's doing a sad face.
I don't even think there's a question here anyway, but...
He asked if Dino X Warrior Z was a W ship.
I don't know those people. Well, I know Warrior Z, but, like, I've only talked to him, like, one time.
That was on your stream, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a DM statement. Anyways.
Let's see,
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back, Max. Ezio still in here?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Someone left. No, it's just still here. It
Okay,
was
so Aaron left.
Yoshikara.
Dino, we can see what you're saying on the Instagram chat. You can kick me out if you want, but that would just show you're ducking from this. And everyone here will know that. Faust and his boyfriend. I barely even know Stilth. Like, Stilth and I have never talked really until this day.
unfortunately, I cataloged a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say there are a few statements in the novel that confirm that when they so the way the actual like threads typically work is that each of the sisters has to perform a specific function between Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the specific role that each of them do because I don't know the order. It doesn't really matter. All you know is that one of them like threads the spate, one of them reads it, and then one of them cuts it. The problem is that the God of War novel points out that they have to, as individuals, agree, like socially, to what they are going to do with someone's fate. Because part of the reason why they're talking about what's happened to Kratos during the beginning of God of War 2 and like the gods is that they've decided like, well, one of them wants to favor Kratos and the Titans coming back because one of them is interested in the Titans. And I believe it's Atropis that basically says like, no, we shouldn't be because we sided with the gods. And they're basically having a huge argument over who should get to rule. So, like, even cutting the threads is dependent on what they consensually agree to with each other. And even when they do it, there's actually a statement that when they remove part of a thread to alter it, they point out that someone has, or not when they remove it, when they alter, like, the ripple, they just, like, cause a ripple in it. They point out that like someone has evaded their destiny we have decreed impossible. It's like, no, not that. His fate is sealed, but the circumstances surrounding it are not what I expected. It's like, you made a mistake. Atropis was amused at her sister's plight. I have told you need to cut more carefully. Which directly implies like you not only have to mess with the thread, you have to do it an oddly specific way. And even if you do it correctly, there's no guaranteeing that the actual circumstances around the event will carry out as it is played.
Mm-hmm.
That is like so oddly specific. To call that fate is like...
That's kind of funny.
I mean, that's like... I'm trying to think of like a character where they have a version of an ability, but it's such a trash, garbage version of that ability that you have a hard time justifying it being represented as an authentic version. There's a character, if anyone's seen JJK, there's a character in JJK that has the ability to see into the future, But in order for him to see into the future or see the events of what you're doing, you have to be. He has to have a square on his chest look at you, and he can only see a specific amount of time into the future. It's like, okay, that's way too many conditional parameters I have to achieve for future sight. Why can't your just brain process future sight at all time? Like that's just a normal ability for most people. You have like 2 other conditions you need to meet. So even if I did concede that was fate manipulation, it's so incredibly limited and specific, it wouldn't even fall in line with other examples of fate manipulation.
Yeah,
you couldn't even provide me other examples to prove this one is. You'd have to judge it on its own merits, and clearly it's doing nothing but sinking. Let me get the rest of that statement.
Oh yeah. You can get that.
Hey, you made a mistake. Atropus was muted at her sister's plight. I told you need to cut more carefully, think more fully, and then only begin to work. After all, Clotho spins the fate. I determine the duration, and you are the execution. Okay, so Lachesis cuts it, Clotho spins it, and Atropus determines the duration. They also all have to agree on it and agree on the conditions of it. And the problem is that they all have different beliefs about who they want to win a certain circumstance. It's fine when it comes to like minor people in the Pantheon, like some random mortal, because the sisters are cruel. They'll just end some poor sap's life with no explanation at all, and they don't always require each other's consent for that. The problem is that when it comes to the major characters, they fight all the time about who they want to manipulate. And if you're arguing like, oh, the powers just like universally work as fate manipulation, it's like, then why do they have like 5 different conditions? Like, why do I have to like take out a mortgage, take off my arm, do like a rain dance, and then like only then will the power work? That seems like a shitty power.
So you're claiming that Z objectively lost a day. Why do you think he only kept it to YouTube videos? You want? I can pull DGA into this T right here, right now. I mean, not that he will.
If you really want to, I mean, they're able to talk shit.
Anyway, we should probably continue on with the examples in this. Yeah, because this is more so about like what they're claiming,
Yeah.
rather than the examples I'm providing.
I know.
Okay. Right here. The actual God of War's Earth geography is the same as our real Earth's. The only difference between the... Okay, well, there's that. The only difference between the two is that within each geographical region, there exists a version of the universe with its dimensions and Earth as inspired by the prevalent mythology and local belief system of the people living in that particular region. Okay, that makes sense. So can we just say that the God of War Earth is essentially a multiverse and each geographical region is basically a universe, having a cosmology and a set of gods as per the belief system of the people living in those regions?
This is so generously worded. Every time I've read this DM, it's always been incredibly generously worded. It's like, man, it's almost like you have a statement that's reading out exactly what you wanted to say. And Corey has never stated these things publicly, ever. In fact, if you go by what statements he has claimed, he specifically says, when someone asked him if the Greeks or the Norse created the universe, he specifically said, like, all of them have carved out their own regions. When talking about the quote-unquote universe, though, they are, in my mind, talking about the universes that they themselves have dominion over. The greater actual universe has yet to be explored. So he's explaining that the actual universe in the God of War cosmology hasn't been addressed. The way he's using universe in that context is with quotation marks, as he says when talking about the quote-unquote universe. Meaning, he is telling you, look at the word universe and consider the meaning of the word. And when you look up the definition of what universe says, or what it means, it can mean all of space and time within, like, a given dimension.
Yeah.
And basically all of, like, the cosmological bodies of, like, galaxies and solar systems spread out over a set amount of astronomical units. It can also just mean all of existence, as you understand it. All of the world, as a group of people, consider it, and whatever is considered important to the extent of a society. most times when people talk about the universe, they're referring to either all of existence or how people view things. Like when I say my family is my universe, that is the correct term or the correct usage of the word universe. I don't have to be talking about it in a scientific sense. It's not necessary because I'm explaining, at least as the proper noun, that my family is the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Or at least that they matter to such an extent, they are my worldview. If I was hypothetically saying that, of course.
Mm-hmm. Also, Dino, you're saying that I somehow conceded to this. I don't know where I ever implied I conceded. Is this the same thing where you think Mangler conceded to you and he didn't answer you within 2 seconds? Anyways.
Yeah, I would love to have an official admitting that you conceded to me, Darkest Night, because you couldn't refute any position I provided. I refuted every single piece of evidence you provided. You were unable to convince me of even a single. You were unable to convince me of a single piece of evidence that you had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to apologize to Mangler, Dino.
No, he doesn't have to.
He was lying
apologize
about you.
to me. Who's Dino?
Dino is the Darkest Knight. We call him that because that's his actual name.
Oh, I thought you were calling him Dino as short for Dino or something. Because I was thinking of it like Dino.
Oh no, I can see where you think that. All right, let's move on to this next part. Oh my gosh. The actual God of War's Earth's geography is the same as our real Earth. The only difference between the two is that, yeah, it's the same thing you said earlier. We already went over that. Okay.
One day I'll beat you in the debate. I promise you that. So is that a concession that you lost?
You just conceded to the debate with AG. No, I never conceded. I don't know where you got that. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing today?
Dino, if you're confused on what a concession is, here, let me put it to you simply. Concession is where you admit that that your negative position or your positive position was false.
Yeah.
You actively agree with the opposition. He didn't agree with the opposition. That's why he's
Now
still
he's saying
here.
it was a discussion, not a debate. He's just changing his words.
That's not true. That's literally not what you said to me.
Why is he lying?
Even if it was a discussion, you still lost it. Your other statement implies
This discussion
that
that
you
was
lost
based entirely on contention, where you wanted to prove something to me, and you failed to do that.
Also, hello, Bryce.
Hello.
Okay.
So, hello, Argosex, Mr. Plastic.
Are you debating the... Yes, we're debating Dino right now, and, well, not really even debating, because they're just trying to run away, and they're just throwing ad hominems. Especially in the Instagram. But, let's go on to this next part. Yozakura with the rose. So first let's start with Norse cosmology, then in the next video I'll do Greek cosmology. Mind you, AG, this person has the Greeks, destroying the Norses by just pure presence.
Not accurate.
That's
not
so
accurate.
funny. I could have sworn when I booted up God of War and Kratos was walking around the other Norse characters, he was not, erasing them from existence.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm fairly certain there was a Norse god. I can't remember his name, but he kind of did kill Kratos. Did he not? I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, Baldur knocked him out almost.
Baldur beat the tar out of him even by the end of the game. Even in a fight where he won against Baldur.
Thor was the one who killed him, and then he brought him back.
Thor is the one that sends him to
Killed
the
him.
loading screen.
Yeah.
And then canonically brings him back because
literally
he's not
killed
done with
him by just bonking him on the head. I was like, oh well, I've decided that you don't get to die, so I'll just jumpstart your heart real quick.
Mm-hmm. That's not death manipulation or anything like that.
That's
happens
just
in real
you
life.
using electricity to jumpstart a heartbeat so that he can live.
Also, Dino, you said you're not debating you're debating AG, not me. Why are you trying so hard to say, oh, I'm not a part of this debate, when you were trying to say, run it with me in the Instagram? That's very funny. You even said I'll debate him. I have it right here. When you were trying to force me into this GC, you were like, I'll just debate him. Oh, run guys, I'll hold him off. Anyways,
Anyways, we're
I'll
getting
go back to it later.
sidetracked.
Yeah. Okay, so start out later. To start off, there are infinity realities. Change infinity to infinite realities in the world tree, aka the Norse multiverse. I don't. Let's see where he gets a source.
So your exact statement, Poseidon, was, if you have the time, Mangler, could I debate you on 5D Kratos scaling? Your exact words. First message. DM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I guess
I like
because I sniped
that.
someone from 5 kilometers.
I mean, you did induce death into him.
You
He's
did
no
induce
longer
death.
breathing.
He has croaked. That is a fact. Verify.
Okay.
What is this statement even saying? It's so. I think it's because it's a short. If it were an actual video, it'd be bigger.
It's
Maybe.
a short. Basically, it says. Oh, hello, it's you.
Error.
Oh, it's error.
Just saying words in the background. Oh.
It's kind of muffled.
Let's see. Okay, so do you want me to read it to you? Can you not read it?
Yeah, I literally can't because
Okay.
it's.
Kratos,
Blurry.
do you remember the way to the witch's house? Atreus. Yes, the woods with the blood-red leaves, south of the lake. I know just where to go. After a moment, hope she made it back from Alfheim and can bring Mimir back. He seemed nice before you cut his head off. They used Brock's medallion on a mystic rock pile to open a door to the Realm Between Realms. EXT, Realm Between Realms. As they step into the Realm Between Realms to fast travel to Brock's shop, Atreus marvels at the uncanny environment, an infinite tree surrounded by unformed space, neither day nor night, but a surreal gray. Okay.
And what
gonna
is
have to
the
bring up
source for this?
I think I remember you brought this up on Zim's video. I think this is from the 2018 novel.
Nope. That is not the statement. That is why I sighed.
Oh yeah.
I read that
I think-
novel, and I know what is stated about the Yggdrasil because I spent the entire
the-
time combing the novel multiple times for statements about the Yggdrasil, and they spend almost all of their time not talking about the Yggdrasil, including in the Realm Between Realms. If you actually read the novel for any length of time, you would know this.
So was this just
Also-
made up?
I think
Source?
the only.
This isn't-
Descriptions?
I think
This is just shown nowhere. Like, there's no source behind this. He could have just typed this out himself. Do you guys agree
I'll
with
have to
Kratos
go to
having
the
conceptual manipulation? Absolutely not.
Well, yes. Well, no, not
Not on
Kratos.
the,
God of War
not,
does have conceptual
not on the level
manipulation.
that Poseidon's thinking.
It's just type 2. Or no, not even type 2. Type 3. Specifically type 3.
No,
It's a
because I
very.
remember in
it's a
Weskin's
big-
server, he was saying something about Zeus having the conceptual manipulation, or I don't remember what, but it was like something about Devil May Cry's.
No,
They're
God of
probably
War
just
only has
talking
type
about
3.
fear or hope.
Yeah.
Which again, that's like a specific thing that they have to activate in a certain way that they wouldn't get under ordinary circumstances, and it's the lowest form of conceptual manipulation possible.
It's better than
let's
type 3
see.
conceptual manipulation. And the sense is that type 3 is specific to individuals or a certain thing. The
So
fear
no,
is
no,
bigger.
it's not, because technically speaking, it's still mostly related to, even though it is
Greeks.
tied to groups. It's related to the Greeks, but the
Thanks, Bryce.
problem is also that it doesn't
bless.
it doesn't even come into existence with the rest of reality. Reality is chilling
Bummer.
for multiple ages with other people, with titans, gods, and humans, well before like fear or hope becomes manifested as the powers that you see in the main games.
Oh, he's saying it's from the script that was leaked recently. If it's leaked, then it's not in the game. If it's not in the game, that's not what they went with.
A
Ergo,
script that's
it's-
leaked about what?
I think 2018.
Why would there
Let's see
be
what
a
it says.
script that was
Why would there be a
leaked
script that was leaked?
about a game that came out 7 years ago?
And,
And
even then, it
secondly,
wouldn't-
can you even verify or validate the basis of that being a script? Why wouldn't
Even if
I
you-
just assume at this point this is an unverified source coming from a person who's just claiming random nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
even then,
What
even if you
script
were to
law?
claim it, it's not something that they.
Like we have an actual guidebook novel in game for God of War 4. I don't know where you thought. I mean, granted, there is like more definitive statements that should exist for the Norse Pantheon, but the point is that there's plenty of material to go over the first game in the Norse Pantheon. Why would there be another script that we need to touch? And why would it be leaking now? On what grounds would a reasonable or rational person believe that, especially with the amount of scans that have been alleged to have come from directors, and we find out that they have no actual, like, source? They're just, like, screenshots that have been made or fabricated. Some of them even take artwork from the original games or guidebooks.
Mm-hmm.
If this was Nintendo, they would have been screwed. Would have gotten hit with a
They would've
lawsuit.
been- they would've been
I was
sued for, like,
gonna
50
say
million.
Nintendo. Well, okay, Nintendo kind of depends on like if you did it with one of their newer games. Oh yeah, you would have been like fucking obliterated if it was like if it was you like pirating the game or something. Because Nintendo really cares about people like pirating their games. But yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, the only reason you kind of get away with it is just because like Sony doesn't give a shit.
They really don't, but yeah.
I'm just happy that people
Good for
enjoy their
them.
games.
Yeah, it's good for them. It's the only good thing to get out of it, actually.
Hello,
Yeah,
Itsuki.
But
How is AG still
hello, Itsuki.
relevant to the corn?
Even though
You
it's
tried to
related,
calm.
the problem is that it doesn't
calm.
exist with the rest of reality from multiple ages with other people, with Titan gods, humans, well before, like Fear.
Yeah, I was
What are you
gonna
referring
say.
to?
So, I think he was referring to concepts. I was gonna
Mango,
say,
that's my roommate. He's just being dumb.
I was
You're
gonna say,
referring to the
so
sound in the
with, like,
background, or this person I was talking to?
No, the person who's saying that even though it's just it's related
Oh,
with the nerd emoji. That's my roommate.
I didn't really understand what he was saying. To be
Bro,
fair.
you can come in. Jeez, they're banging on my door now.
No, never come
never.
in. Never enter a room.
This
Never.
this is your space only. It's your closet.
Enter only through windows. Never use
No,
doors.
the window's like right in front of me. Like it's right there. If they do that, I'm fucked.
Don't trust the door. It could have a strap of C4 on it.
No, Mangler, now that you said that,
I was
they're
gonna
gonna break through the window.
I'm looking around for a statement.
I was gonna say for the concept, and the reason why I'm saying it's higher than the lowest form of Type 3, because Type 3 is the lowest it can ever be is tied to an object or to a single object or a single person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It could be that individual. So it's not the lowest form, at least. It's tied to like a. It's tied to a.
We're kind of
country, at
splitting
least.
hairs. We're kind of splitting hairs at this point, though, because it doesn't even consistently represent that power. And in the
Yeah,
same
it
way that
doesn't.
neither of the gods do. So, like, even if you wanted to argue that it represents the hope of everyone in the pantheon, that's not even consistently proven. And neither do the
Yeah, I
gods or the
know.
titans. And keep
know.
in mind, you would be arguing that the fear and the rest of those things formed and were created based on the battle that the gods and the titans had. So they're connected to the powers of the gods and the titans. And
But it
yet, those beings don't even embody the things that they're supposed to represent.
Death, for example.
Take any one of them. Athena for
You want me
wisdom.
to make that for you?
Athena for foresight is actually one of the most disappointing things ever. Because if you read with the God of War 1 novel, you find out that the goddess of foresight, who can see visions of the future, also relies on human oracles in her temple, on like full time working there, to give her visions of the future, and to help out other mortals, to aid with the gods. And it's like, you're the god of the goddess of foresight. How do you not, like, how is your ability not infinitely superior to the foresight of human oracles?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make
Ares,
any sense.
Even when he dies, wars still exist.
Well, couldn't it have just been like Kratos taking his place right after? As the God
No.
of War?
Kratos said he'd
They-
immediately
they-
take his place.
Kratos didn't immediately take his place. He had a whole game where he wasn't doing. And keep in mind that was in the middle. That was in the middle of a war because the fight with Ares'
It's the
like
Peloponnesian?
troops didn't just stop in Athens. Someone would have had to kill the rest of those monsters from the other world. That's also not accounting for all the conquering that Sparta would have been doing, a warlike state, or any of the other wars that would have been happening in the Greek pantheon.
Yeah. Because pretty sure Zeus actually talks about it with the gods when Ares dies. Like, there's still war that's going on even though Ares died.
But what he directly says is there's no lack of war below.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can actually get that statement.
Maniglot,
Us.
I have a question.
Hello, Eric.
Yes, it's you.
Is he asking me or?
Yes.
Why did they consider those sphere, which is Kratos killed him, to be a fandom concept of reality? I mean, Athena was already get feared from Kratos when he had the sword in the end games.
I think you might have to word that a little bit differently. Do you mind speaking up?
I mean, the fear of the concept. You think that Kratos killed the fear of the concept of the reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
The Greek pantheon.
No,
why did Athena-
no, he did not kill the fear. It's made very clear that fear just ran away.
I mean, already Athena was scared from Kratos when he actually had the sword. She think he was.
It's never indicated that she's afraid of the blade of Olympus. That's a misconception that's presented by God of War fans because she backs away. Keep in mind, we have no reason to believe it would even hurt her. Not only do we not have any lore to substantiate that assumption, it's specifically the weapon that killed her. So of course she's not going to be comfortable standing in the room with the guy holding the murder weapon that stabbed her.
Yeah, of course. So, Poseidon saying he did kill fear. It came out of Zeus's body before he died. Higher plane of existence, Athena is overrated fodder. Okay, whatever.
If
He
it
did
came out
kill
of his
fear. It
body
came
when
out
he
of his body.
died, then it's not dead.
It just literally you just you just proved his point
ran
even more.
away.
It
Yeah,
just ran away.
it ran away from Zeus's body. It was like, no, I don't want any of this. I don't want the smoke. And all I,
can't take
am
these
is
hands.
smoke. Literally.
All I am is smoke. Right, let's move on to the next part.
Fear left its worthless existence behind and ran away to go find, I don't know, like a better pantheon.
Probably.
It's like Fear was like, Ref, do something.
Do
He's
something,
cheating."
Rev.
Ref, this guy cheating. Help me here.
Kratos fear hacks the concept of fear.
Fear hacks him, yeah. To this, I know it's crazy to assume that fear itself would feel fear, but it's kind of innate to its being. If fear didn't felt fear, then what would be the point of being fear?
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, we can move on to the next part. Okay, this guy comes from Cars, and my question is, hold on, oh my god, let me read this again. And my question is, if Well of Fate really contains an infinite number of timelines, as it tells us here, it's possible. Kratos did change the timeline by traveling through time at one point in God of War 2. It wasn't.
No.
Well, that's not really.
No.
It was mainly just the sisters changing something.
No, so
Because
he
you see
wasn't
them fighting
changing
Ares
time.
again. He himself didn't do anything.
No, it wasn't the sisters.
Question. Oh, this is it's Kenlom. Cars. That's his Twitter account.
Oh, you know him.
Yeah, that's Kenlom. That's the guy I debated. He basically it's funny. These guys talked about Bruno being a reliable source all the time, and then after we did that debate, and specifically after Ragnarok came out, we made that video people have been arguing against Bruno as an official position ever since then, because I just posted a bunch of Bruno's statements and they got really mad. They were like, "Oh my god, he's directly refuting
Wasn't
our
he the guy
cosmology."
Wasn't he the guy that debated Devil? Ken or Ken?
He did, I believe,
It was about POC,
but he
right?
mainly debated me. That was like the main one that got attention.
Didn't he lose the POC one?
He did. My question is,
that
if
was
the Well of Fate really contains an infinite number of timelines as it tells us here, it's possible. Kratos did change the timeline by traveling through time at one point in God of War 2. Yeah, no, that's just Bruno talking about the contents of the statement, because it does state that
Alright, see you, Ryan.
on the description. Well, I don't know why he's actually bringing up the site. What I found to be really funny about that, though, is that this is during July 2020. So, like, Ragnarok's in development at the time, and Bruno's not only the head animation director, he's also the guy that ends up directing the Valhalla DLC.
Yeah.
Because later on, when he actually gets asked questions about there being infinite universes, he directly points out there are no infinite universes or different universes. There's just regional divides.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was actually before Ragnarok came out.
Poseidon, why are you saying good riddance to him leaving? He didn't even say anything to you.
And he's back as well. I mean,
Anyways.
I'm gonna be honest. Saying good riddance to me who just made a joke and was just silent the entire time is insane.
I know, right?
there's just two people playing games here. One's
I know. I love how, like, even when I am here, the opposition refuses to acknowledge me. I'm the main one talking. I must live rent-free in you guys' head.
No, like,
No, Poseidon was
very,
asking
very
for your
quiet.
Instagram like all the time. He kept asking for your Instagram, and I'm like, he doesn't have Instagram.
I don't have Instagram.
I just want to make it
and
clear.
he doesn't.
I don't
I just
use
want to-
social media. Like, Discord is more of like just a communication platform to talk to people. Like, I don't make like a profile on there. It's just for necessity.
I just want to make this clear. I'm neutral on this. I don't have any stance objectively on God of War scaling, but damn, my guy, you're not doing a good job on representing God of War at the moment.
No.
Actually, I spend most of my time on God of War doing like scripts for like videos and shit. Literally doing things in servers, just collecting information.
Like me with
Whatever.
him.
I am not supporting Fast. Like, I was invited here to, like, chill.
He's been sitting in the chat playing Demon Souls. He's not even paying attention to you.
Let's see. Okay, now there's this statement that's even hard for me to read. Visions after rest, in which I don't know what that says. Provides readers with their own tools for crafting stories. Visions after rest lay in wait for explorers crafted by the imps and filled with music, joy, or horror. Among these fanciful realms, I think it says, lie endless creation and possibilities where the limit is one's own imagination.
Lost.
Yes.
I have a suggestion. Link me the YouTube channel
Oh yeah,
in the
I can link it to
DMs,
you.
and then I can just open up a separate window, and then I will look at what they say, and then
Yeah,
I'll
actually,
use
that'd be a
like
lot better.
I'll edit my I think you can edit the zoom in function, at least on browsers, because even if you don't do it on the actual YouTube platform, because I don't think the YouTube platform has that big of a zoom in function. If you're doing it on the computer, you should be able to alter it. Yeah, they only have like sleep timer, playback
Yeah.
speed, and like quality. But the browsers should have a zoom in function. I just need the actual thing.
FromSoft games are peak? Yeah, they are. On blood. I am currently at 40 seconds.
Mr. 105.
I'm the guy you were referring to. I'm mostly neutral in this. I've been chilling playing Demon's Souls in the background. Oh, it's Ezio. Okay. It's a reference to another game that which Kravseer Poems is. It's a reference in the game.
Still looking for the Ares statement.
But there's one thing I want to point out.
Go ahead, Max.
There's one thing I want to point out. AG keeps saying he doesn't have a Discord. If I were to go to Social's account, look through the group chat lists, I will find his Discord. He has a Discord. He had a Discord. He was in the group chat with Dante versus Anos.
Oh my goodness, I can actually read these.
You can actually read it now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he was in the group chat with Dante versus Anos. He specifically dropped because Sensei was pressing him to debate him. He has a Discord. His whole Instagram stuff is pointless when he actively had a Discord account. He can actively make another Discord account. There is no IP ban for Discord.
And chat,
Well,
get a look at
this
this.
one
I
doesn't
got banned
have
from
a
their group
source.
chat.
It's funny. I'll think about hopping because hopping on Social's account is just it's sad. But I'll hop on it maybe.
He probably has like 2,000
Think about
DMs of people sending hate to him.
That or people texting wishing him luck or anything. That's another thing. I don't want to hop on his account and all that stuff. Dude, we're tired. Leave him. Man.
I'm going to this video right now because I need to be able to skip ahead. And it's oh my god, okay, there it is. I know why I can't see it. It's because I'm zoomed too far in. I have to be like 125. Okay,
It's
so he just
really
doesn't.
blurry.
Yeah, he just doesn't actually provide. No, he's just going
Scaling
through these
chaos.
basically. I'm assuming this is. Hang on. I believe this is
90
a scan
souls,
from
I'm
God of
crying.
War 4.
Yeah.
This should be a scan from God of War 4. Hold up.
Actually, that might be Ragnarok.
I'll check
the
both of
books
them.
now.
I've seen it before, I believe, but it's I'm not sure what he's trying to prove with it. Is it just because it says endless creation?
They'll just take one statement and take it out of context. Hold on a minute.
No, even better. Add all the necessary context.
You all cannot be dead ass. You're actually watching my stream on your TV.
Commenting the whole time.
Let's see.
I'm gonna have to hide you from my.
Yeah, this should be one of the poems.
Yeah, who put this on, bro?
Teddy, you did.
It's not. I've been asleep.
You've not been asleep.
Ideally.
Hey, we're your most steady viewer. We've been
The
watching
TV's
like
on my
3
account.
hours.
Anyone can.
Teddy, how have you been
comment from my-
commenting then?
Anyone can comment from my account.
Oh my
I think it
god.
was Jack.
This is assuming
It
people
could
actually
not
have the
have been Jack.
codexes properly cataloged.
My roommates are watching my stream on the TV in another room.
Go back to sleep.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh no, it's actually. Oh well. Hold up.
Oh, you found it?
What is the name of the poem? Visions After Rest?
Visions After Rest. Yes.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, no, it's Ragnarok.
Okay, I had a feeling.
So the poem reads, in which Shavazar provides readers with their own tools for crafting stories. Visions After Rest lay in wait for explorers, crafted by the imps and filled with music, joy, or horror. Among these fanciful realms lies endless creation, and possibilities where the limit is one's own imagination. Okay, so like, what exactly is this intended to prove? Endless
does it stand
creation
on?
and possibilities of the limit? Is it that just are we just supposed to like? We're just supposed to interpret that as just being what a high 3A space because it says the words endless creation.
I think
This
I
is a
remember
poem.
someone used that.
It's a poem for providing stories to readers. Why would you take that literally?
budget to think
Jack, you're
someone
good.
can do something with the reality.
I have no idea what you just said, Error.
I see someone use that to prove the modern Islam in God of War.
Oh, that like the an Islamic pantheon is in God of War? Is that what you're saying? Because like I could have sworn you said the word Islam there, or did I say that wrong? I think your accent is kind of hard to interpret some of the words you're saying.
When you're saying Islamic pantheon, are you referring to the Arabian folklore or just the Quran, the Islam itself?
I was gonna say, are we referring to like maybe something regarding the Ottomans specifically, or?
Ottomans will encompass Islam.
Yes. That's why I bring them up. I'm just mentioning that because I'm pretty sure this is pulled from some folklore from around not directly in the Quran, but around the Quran. But like, I mean, you would assume every mythology exists in God of War by default based on what we've been told. That doesn't have anything to. I really encourage every God of War fan to go read Percy Jackson and see what an actual mythological cosmology looks like that extends beyond the planet, but is rooted on a planet and is in different countries. I assure you, because they actually explain it effectively and actually justify.
Yeah, they talk about the underworld. Yeah, they talk about the underworld, Olympus, how it can move around the actual country, it can move around Manhattan itself.
I just reread the entirety of the original Percy Jackson series, the sequel series, parts of the Kane Chronicles, crossovers, and all the guides for the first 3.
Yeah, they have the Egyptian mythos in there.
Yeah, and I can tell you that they go out of their way to tell you why the mortal world is able to blend with the Greek world. It's because of something called the mist. And they tell you that it comes out it's explained in the Iliad, but basically supernatural elements exist with these the monsters and the divine essence of monsters. It mixes with the mortal world, which creates this reality warping perception manipulating phenomenon known as the mist, where mortals see things that aren't actually there.
Yeah, but the demi-mortal,
the demigods and the half-bloods can basically see through it naturally. Though if you manipulate it enough, you can technically fool them into it.
Distort. Yeah, you can distort their vision. Sort of like the Lotus.
Yeah.
The point is that Percy Jackson is literally the same exact thing as God of War when it comes to how its cosmology is set up. But the difference is that they actually explain to you that the feats that the gods can do extend to beyond the country that they reside in, and does it even affect larger, bigger things outside the planet, like the moon, the fucking stars, and even things like the Milky Way galaxy. It's even indicated that in one of the stories that the Milky Way galaxy in Percy Jackson is actually created because Hercules is essentially trying to grab basically he's being aggressive when he's when Hera's feeding him, and it causes her to fling him off of her breast, and her breast milk spreads out into the cosmos and creates the Milky Way galaxy.
And
not it's not like a, to be clear, it's not like a bloodlusted battle between 4 individuals in the vacuum of nothing to death. It's like, hey, I'm trying to feed the baby. Oh, the baby bit me. Get out of here. And then the galaxy is created.
Yeah.
It's the most casual feat you can possibly imagine. It's not even trying to do it on purpose.
It's not like they're exaggerating, because the other mythos and the Romans have the exact same creation story. They just name them differently.
Well, they actually
Egyptians
explain that in the world, the reason why there are multiple different types of creation stories is that they all come from chaos, and they actually explain what chaos is and the dimension that it resides within. That it's essentially the nothingness that predates the universe, and that it resides far below the infinite-sized dimension of the Duat. which is essentially a it's the Egyptians
afterlife,
call it the
more or
Duat because they discovered it. This is actually referred to as like the highest layer of the Duat, because the Duat is like a sort of like a dimension with different layers of reality, and by the time you get down to the bottom of it and past the infinite span of it, you then reach the nothingness of chaos.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm
again,
saying. Like,
if you were to read, I strongly encourage any God of War scales. If you were to read Percy Jackson, you would find out, oh my God, this is exactly what I claim for God of War, except it's actually stated. It's the same thing.
it's the same thing but better.
The same thing, but better. Well, it is your self-actualized verse, and the best thing about it is that it's also not that God of War is bad for doing like, classic fantasy, but it's a modern fantasy story. It fits into the modern day with their current science and their physics, because they literally tell you that physics and modern physics doesn't explain the universe sufficiently. Only the gods do. So they
God of War
literally
doesn't have
tell you,
that.
like, yeah, like they have an actual unit of measurement and like information that they can give to you to explain like how powerful something is and compare it to the modern day. Anyway, we should continue. I've been yapping too long.
No, that's okay. You provide a lot of good context, and Percy Jackson's pretty good. Let's move on to this.
I think it just provides the card game statement again.
Yeah, the card game. Yeah. We can just
What is this?
Chapter
Yes.
51. Now they're using
I love
the
when
novel.
people provide me a source. Let me go grab that real quick.
You can just grab the novel
51.
yourself.
Yeah, it's right here.
I'm crying.
No,
Does
that's
Percy
chapter.
Jackson of all people have better statements than Kratos? Absolutely.
He
much better
literally
statements.
does. And I also won't sit here and like lie to you and tell you that like Percy Jackson scales to like the galaxy feats or any of like the star level feats that the gods do, because he just
He doesn't.
consistently has like mountain or like island level feats. Like that's his best stuff.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna sit here just because there is more stuff. Like I'm not gonna sit here and just objectively lie about that stuff. Just-
I think his best feat was scaling to certain versions.
He scales to the avatar versions of the gods. So with the sticks and even without the sticks, he demonstrates that he can like fight them at the full strength of what they can do in their base forms. At least with the sticks for sure, because he just blitzes Hades really easily. Like Hades is like, oh my gosh, about to die, it just disappears. But when their true forms come out, he is not a match for forms.
This is pretty hard.
Here we
to
go.
read. He swung open
Yes.
the door to reveal a mystic gateway to a strange crane. I can't even read that. It's
Yes.
just too blurry.
So suddenly, the large Jotunheim door swung open by itself, along with a simpler, smaller door they could reach, which led across a Bifrost bridge to another door with an inordinate carving on it. Does that mean something? Kratos asked.
Hello,
Kratos shook
Mark.
his head. Lift me up to see it, Mimir said. Kratos placed Mimir's eye squarely before it. The talisman, I suspect we'll be needing that, Mimir said. Using his knife, Kratos pried the talisman in front of the carved wolf's door from its socket on the door. He swung open the door to reveal a mystical gateway to a strange environment, like a tree branch stretching out to infinity. Okay, to be clear, the entire premise of the Yggdrasil being infinite in length is a statement of him opening a door to an environment that he doesn't understand, where he's just standing in the environment. Like this scan is disingenuous because this operates under the position that Kratos is like standing in the realm. He's standing in the doorway to the realm. He's looking at it. And he's explaining, well, technically it's the narrator that's explaining it, it's not Kratos, that that he swung open the door to reveal a mystical gateway to a strange environment, like a tree branch stretching out to infinity. It's using a tree branch stretching out to infinity as an example of something that would be considered strange. But as I've explained multiple times, and Zim Atoran did this as well on his channel, when we made a whole video about it, when you say that something is stretching out to infinity, you have debunked that it is infinite. Because infinity or infinite is supposed to be used in conjunction as like a proper noun that is giving attributes to an object. That is not how it is being used here. It is being used as a locational bound because it says like a tree branch to infinity. Infinity is a location, not a measurement. It doesn't say like a tree branch that is, which to be clear, like a tree branch that is infinite in length. Even if it said that, that's still just referring to the idea of a strange environment. It's not describing the environment itself in that way. It's just likening that as more of a metaphor. But even if it was, it would have to refer to the branch itself as infinite. The branch isn't being referred to as infinite. It's saying like a tree branch stretching out to infinity. So it's not even infinite in length. And even if you assumed it was, it currently isn't at the time, and infinity is being treated as a location. Nuh-uh. Oh, hello, Mark. What the lie?
Man, they're all just bullying Mark the moment he got in here. Leave Mark alone.
Oh, Mark is here.
Hello, Mark of the Hack.
Oh.
Okay.
How you doing?
Hello, Mark.
Oh man, this thing is it is really getting to me with how weird the resolution is. Like when I change the zoom function on the screen, I have to scan in, scan out.
Yeah, it's still really weird.
Scale where
doesn't
Kratos
work
is
for
packing,
me.
guys. Never. Do it yourself. I'm not that dedicated.
He knows every single
I
thing
may
about
have
God of War
purchased-
except for that.
I may have purchased all the games, all the novels, all the comics, all the guidebooks, and all the art books. But I will not be providing that.
If I remember correctly, even though even the game contradicts this claim, because didn't Freya or someone else say that if Yggdrasil branches keep growing, the whole thing collapses apart?
Ratatosker. So Ratatosker gives you a side quest to go and seek out the four deers of like the seasons, because what you specifically need is that, well, it's because you killed Nihog. So when you go to Vanaheim and you try to free Freya's warrior spirit, because Freya doesn't have the ability to like, it's kind of weird. Like you're expected to believe like she can't really kill anybody, even though that's contradicted by the game because she's actively trying to murder Eos.
He's trying.
But yeah, so putting aside that obvious plot nonsense, you go to Vanaheim and you are basically trying to remove her warrior spirit, which is bound in a bunch of roots from the Yggdrasil in a specific area of the Vanaheim realm. When you get there and you actually cut it, you don't realize it's bound in the Yggdrasil entirely, and when you do, that causes Nihog to come in from the realm between realms, because Nihog is supposed to guard the tree. And so you have to kill Nihog, which is what results in the tree not getting like properly pruned. So now it's up to Nihog's children and the rest of the stags of the season. That's what they are, not the deer. They're called the stags. The four stags and Nihog's children are supposed to manage the branches to prevent them from growing too much. Because if they grow too much, according to Ratatosker, the realms will just fall off. Which indicates, again, they manage the length of the entire tree. The tree has a measurable amount that they have.
Yeah, that exactly.
So it's not infinite. And to be clear, they only have like a couple kids and like 4 stags. They don't have that much, what do you call it? They don't have that much staff on standby servicing the Yggdrasil. They've got maybe 10 people. So to argue that it's infinite is kind of like laughable. Not only is that not stated, the very fact that the branches need to be trimmed or they'll grow too long pretty much proves that it isn't. I have scans from the guide. Oh, he just deleted that.
He deleted it, yep. The moment Yosakura told him to send it, he just deleted it. Peak space. Just use All Stars and Kratos becomes outer via scaling to Isaac Clarke, who I really like, so he is outer.
Right. Classic crossover outer scaling.
Warrior Z
I don't
slams
have an
Mangler.
argument.
That's really rich considering Warrior Z actually had a conversation with Mangler.
And that was not what he said when he came back from it.
And Dino, let's not forget you actually said Mangler was better than Warrior Z in Graveyard. You said hot take Mangler is better than Warrior Z, and we were like, brother, you're dumb for even saying that.
Just the rest of this message. Okay, I'm kind of behind on the stream. That doesn't matter.
Okay, let's move on to the next part. God of War card game introduction.
It's just another statement for the website for the card game. Again, none of that would matter because the only reason you're even bringing up the card game is to talk about the well. But you don't care about the well unless you have Ragnarok, because Ragnarok talks about it and it clearly demonstrates the well is a physical place that exists in Midgar. You can go find it. Yeah, it changes like locations and stuff, but like it is an actual like finite-sized physical space. And it's also revealed that the Nords don't actually like change fate. They just tell people what they're going to do, and people ultimately don't change, which is why they always carry out the actions that the Norns predict that they're going to do, as they explain in Ragnarok. Oh look, another DM.
Oh, who are you getting the DM from?
No, in the video.
Oh, in the video, okay. Wait, oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, I discovered something interesting.
He's doing like a scan every... I discovered something interesting while playing the God of War card game. It said that the Well of Destiny contains infinite numbers of timelines. The card game is canon to the game and the novel, which mentions this as well. I wanted to ask it a way to view the endless creatures of the universe, or does it physically contain those many timelines?
He just said the latter.
How general. Well, unfortunately for real Cory Barlog, who didn't direct Ragnarok, by the way, he wasn't the director or the person governing it. That would have been someone else. In Ragnarok, as I mentioned, we actually find out what the well is, and it does not have an infinite number of timelines. It doesn't even have one timeline, actually. The well isn't even like the well that people think it is, where you like stand over it. The well is the entire location, like just the general neighborhood area where the Fates live, or where the Norns live. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Almost like the game
Ezio
needed
saying
more
these guys don't know that I am part of the USPW scale for God of War, mainly hacks. Yeah. Let's move on to the next part. Another DM. All realities are layered on top of each other, and the branches of the world tree that intersects between each plane transcends the literal concepts of space and time. Oh, he's mentioning Freya's statement of each thread transcending space, transcending time. Only referring to...
all realities are layered on top of each other, and the branches. They're not layered on top of each other, to be clear. They're physically, like, connected to one another, and maybe physically on top of each other on the tree. That's not... Like, you can layer a cake. Does that make the cake dimensionally superior to itself from the top to the bottom? That seems a little weird to make that position.
A dimensional superior cake.
Wait, is he just... Oh, he's still going. Meaning each transcendence is a conceptual transcendence. So the first reality is outerversal, the second reality is outerversal, the third is boundless, and so on, all the way up to extraversal, aka
oh my gosh.
infinity conceptual transcendences. So we haven't even established a higher dimensional realm for God of War, let alone the standards and the evidence that you would need to prove for them meeting one higher dimensional space, which you have to prove this each time you reach a higher dimensional space. You can't just state like, well, I have a statement that it's a higher realm. It's like, you have to prove it's separated by space and time. You have to prove it's infinitely larger or greater than that. You have to prove it's embedding the other construct below it. You have to prove it's presented as a higher area, and that is a direct relationship of superiority in terms of the properties of the space, the other lower properties of the space. And you have to prove that this is also not contradicted.
It has to be
God of War hasn't
stated.
done that once. In some way, shape, or form, yeah, it needs to be stated. And if it isn't stated outright, like, it needs to be stated multitudes of times in other ways that gives you the evidence for those conditions. The problem is that, like, he's also mentioning well, aside from lacking evidence, he keeps mentioning conceptual transcendence. You understand that, like, transcendence just means going beyond something. If you're already arguing someone's beyond space and time, like, they're beyond the physical universe at that point. They're no longer a physical construct. Anything that is non-physical that represents something is, by definition, a concept. So, like, you're just saying conceptual existence. Just when you say conceptual transcendence.
I like your funny words, Magic
It's like it's like stating a soul is conceptual. Like I have a conceptual soul. It's like, no, you just have a soul. Because a soul is an embody for a person's existence. It's a philosophical concept that we made up to explain how people's existence operates outside the physical realm.
I'm about to blow. That's you.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. Yes, a lot of people like them.
Let's go
A lot
to
of
the
people
next
like
part. Each strange. Oh, that's the Freya statement. Transcending time, transcending space.
I
Kratos
don't
kills
think he's
Ghost in God of War 1, so he 5D, I guess.
Kratos goes in God of War, so he's 5D.
Yeah, so each strand transcending time, transcending space. I've explained this at length, but you can't just say the statement without any context. Freya's entire explanation is explaining how the Yggdrasil exists with respect to the realms, and she specifically states that the realms are only separated by the Bifrost light of Alfheim. So like an actual physical light that emanates off the tree that will drive you mad and basically incinerate you. That's the only thing that separates the realms from touching each other. And then when she explains how the area transcends time and space, she's referring to the process of life on the tree, because she explains that the Yggdrasil feeds their roots in their valley. It basically grows a lot of their trees, and every strand transcends time, transcending space. After she talks about how it supports growth, birth, death, and rebirth, everything comes back to the tree. This is how it works. The entire process of what she's talking about is life and death on the tree. So the context of transcending time, transcending space means that no matter how much time you spend on the tree, no matter where you go on the tree, if you are born on the tree, you will return to the tree when you die. You will be born on it, you will die, and you will be reborn on that tree, as long as that tree exists. I don't know how you came to the conclusion that that would be a dimensional position. She's not even talking about the strands in respect to the realms, because she doesn't say each strand transcends the realms, or the space or time of the realms.
Yeah, I feel like this is a situation where it's like that statement in Doom, where it's like the beyond space and time for Doom, where it's like they just see space and time and immediately think of that.
To be fair, in Doom's position, or in fairness to Doom at least has a cosmology that extends outside a universe.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So it's a little bit easier to understand why people would think that statement is impressive. It still gets into the same fallacies, the still nominal fallacies, just using like transcendence without any context.
Yeah.
Guys, it's really easy to just analyze how the sentence works, but that would require you to have media literacy. And plenty of you have that, you just don't choose to use it.
Yeah. Let's see. What part are you at right now? I'm at the part where it shows the highlighted in yellow.
Yeah, 110, man. He's using so many of these. Oh, yes, the kaleidoscope statement.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you were talking about that on Zim's video, the kaleidoscope one.
Yep, let me go and get that one.
So yeah, viewing the whole solar system, stuff like that. EU media literacy agenda. Take it as how you want to interpret it.
Listen, guys, I read a lot of books, constantly write a bunch, and I feel that it is important to tell you that you need to understand how a word works in a sentence to use it effectively. That is what your English classes have taught you, assuming you've had it, or whatever respected language you speak. But I'm assuming most of you speak English because you're here.
Yeah, most of them
English.
probably slept through English class. Eric
Oh,
shut
no.
down the best scaler ever. Curtis would have had a massive upscale if he cracked Sif instead of Faye. Oh my gosh. Okay, now Poseidon's just rage baiting. He's saying Mangler's takes are hilariously trash. I mean, he's providing evidence, unlike you.
I have direct sources for everything I've claimed. I can consistently, rhetorically explain every position that I have, and I don't back down from any of them.
Poseidon, you not understanding what Mangler is saying does not mean that he's dumb. If anything, it means you're dumb.
I think it just means that you're choosing not to engage with what I have to offer. And if you have trouble understanding it, what would you need me to clarify?
Just ask him.
All I do is answer questions.
I used to be good at my prime. You guys should have been there.
Your prime at what?
Wait, Ezio, you're talking about your prime in scaling or gaming?
We're still talking about education? Like, what are we,
Oh,
what are we
debater.
referring to? Oh, debater, okay.
I've never seen Ezio in his prime. I'm in the thick of it, everybody. Oh, we're not starting that. We're not starting that. Shut up. Good at shit gaming. Just because I don't think Kratos is country level, I'm an idiot, brilliant neg. What? That sentence makes no sense.
Nope. That is not my position. My position is that you have direct examples of the series being presented as a country. Consistently. If something is separated by geography, as in a physical barrier, like I'm separated from Bost, he's somewhere in the US, I'm in Texas, I am separated from him by geography, by a regional divide. I'd probably have to cross some cities, some towns, maybe some mountains, depending on where I'm going, to get to him. But like technically speaking, we are both separated by time and space. Because he's probably in a different time zone than I am, and he's certainly in a different location than I am.
I'm in your closet.
That's about the same level of evidence that has been presented for God of War being a different universe.
Let's all
I'm not saying
unseparate.
you're in. I'm not. Yeah, we'll all just split off a part of a planet and just go somewhere in the cosmos. I'm not saying that you're an idiot because you believe it's universal. What I'm explaining is that it is disingenuous to take the position that it's universal when someone is showing you direct examples of how it is a country and explaining it to you, and you are refusing to engage with that. You're just openly ignoring it. It directly refutes your position. Now, that, I think, is a little bit idiotic, but I'm not calling you an idiot. I just think that way of thinking is incredibly flawed. If you want me to call you an idiot, stick around long enough. Depending on what you keep saying, I might get there.
Let's see what he pulls under his tinfoil hat there. I am in everyone's walls. Y'all better watch out. Ezio's in our walls. Oh no.
I told you to stay out of people's walls. That shit costs money.
He's there just eating our drywall.
Man's like a mega termite. Steroids.
Hello, Sub-Zero. Alright, let's see here. I'm at the part where my
here
mirror
we
says
are.
you can see how the little realm spaces connect to the higher plane.
Yeah, so, sorry, I was looking for the
Oh yeah, huh?
kaleidoscope statement. So they found it, and keep in mind the what I find funny in this statement is that she mentions like all the 9 realms occupy the same physical space, only on different planes of existence. The Yggdrasil tree cuts between those realms, its roots existing in all 9 realms at once. Funnily enough, it actually completely cuts out Freya's actual statement in the novel. No one ever tells you this. Because you would think, oh, wouldn't they just provide the same statement from the novel? No. because she goes on to say like ... question mark, and then Atreus starts being like, well, how could people exist in more than one realm at a time? But they were here with them. How could it be in a different realm at the same time? Like, and it's just him muttering about it. They don't actually like they skip her entire explanation in the novel. So the only statement of this being a cosmic light shower is just referring to the actual trees at the top of the room, because you see the roots coming down onto like the pedestal. That's what they're referring to when they say the cosmic light shower that transcended all that exists in the realm. Transcendence in this case is literally referring to what is above them, because it's coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
They're looking up at the roots in the room. That's where the light shower is coming from.
Mind destroyed.
Chat disconnected. Oh my goodness. My Wi-Fi is pooping out on my computer again.
Oh shoot.
As this always happen. No, it doesn't. It doesn't affect me on the. I'm connected to you on the Xbox.
Oh, you're on the
doesn't,
Xbox. Okay.
No, I'm talking on the Xbox. I'm looking at the. My Wi-Fi is just so infuriating.
I'm using school Wi-Fi, so.
Well, okay, I should say my Wi-Fi on my computer. My computer is absolute dog water. The phone, my console, and all my other electronic devices are completely fine. It is just the laptop that feels the need to make me want to kill myself.
Dear God.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. But don't worry, this laptop has done more damage to me than God of War skillers could ever do in their games. Like actual damage, at least to my patience.
Wait, is that laptop the same one you had when you showed that burial statement in the DMC server? Because that was when you first told them, oh, Burial was the first person Dante called Deadweight.
You're not really giving me a timestamp here.
Okay, it was a while back.
Which server was it in?
The Devil May Cry server.
The Devil May Cry server. Well, that's really narrowing it down, because there's like 20
I mean,
million
like the
of
official
those.
one. Let me see if I can find it.
Which there are multiple. Well, I don't
Okay, I just
belong
realized
to Capcom's
how little that narrows it down.
It doesn't narrow it down. Devil Never Cries got one. Half Pint's got one. A few different YouTubers have one. The actual DMC community has 2 different Reddit servers, because there was like sort of like a falling out between some of the moderators in the blue server and the red server, so they split into 2 different servers, one blue, one red. I may have said I mentioned a few things in there up to DMC 5, but like
It was in
didn't mention that as the
2019.
way over.
Okay, there's no way you would remember that.
Well, yeah, no, I would. I've talked to people before. I remember a lot of conversations from then, but I had almost as many sources back then as I do now. The only difference is that I was actively choosing to read the novel and the guidebooks, because I was like, I operated in the same position that like any outside media wasn't really canon. And then I started doing research material, and then I'm like, okay, well, now that I'm researching every verse, I'm going to come to the conclusion that I need to provide evidence that something is canon. And I just changed my positions, because I just thought that was, like, stupid.
I see.
But, yeah, it's probably the same laptop. What's your thoughts on the state where Zeus took control of the universe? When did Zeus take control of the universe, and what do you mean by universe? What are you referring to? Could you elaborate?
The Greek pantheon. No, he never took control. The pantheon isn't a universe. It's a country, a very small country.
It's a universe in the sense that it is all of reality as the Greeks interpret it, because the Greeks only believe their reality is the one that matters.
Pretty sure every pantheon believes that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they believe their pantheon created everything, including everything on the planet. And even when they come to the realization there are other lands and other pantheons, they just assume, oh well, ours came first. Ratatoskr basically has the same admission with Kratos in Ragnarok, because when you go to talk to him after some of the events of the main story, you're like, all right, well, I have a question for you, Kratos. Who tended your world tree back home? And he's like, my home had no world tree. And Ratatoskr's like, wait, well then how did people get from realm to realm?
I remember
and Kratos
that now.
is just like, by land or by sea. And Ratatoskr is just like baffled, like he just can't come to where he's like, what is this? Like he just can't process it because the culture shock of explaining something that refutes his own beliefs is too much for him to handle.
Debunk Death Battle scale next, maybe in the future. What about infinite / immeasurable speed for God of War? No.
What infinite immeasurable speed?
The only arc for immeasurable speed I've seen from Kratos is the Sisters of Fate one, where he quote unquote outpaced them.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the Sisters of Fate directly, at least not with their battle. It has to do with a statement from the novel of Atropos projecting a mental projection of herself from the Isle of the Fates to Olympus to talk to Iris, to get Hermes fired from his job. And the only reason why it's relevant is because in the sentence it says that the distance of her journey was infinite. People are like, aha, infinite speed. I'm like, first of all, it's not even her physical body doing it. Secondly, you understand that when someone says like something is infinite, even in that sentence, it can just refer to a large amount of space, right? Like we would need an actual destination where it would be like clarified to be like, we would need some evidence of there being like a sealed dimension or like an area of cosmology. Like if it was referring to chaos and chaos was presented as a separate dimension or something outside the planet, I could sort of understand the position. Though even then, there are a lot of cases where you can refer to something being infinite, even the vacuum of space, and it's just referring to it being a lot of space. This happens all the time in like sci-fi. Happens in time. Hasn't happened in Mass Effect yet, but I'm still going through Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the main position in regards to this is the Sisters of Fate. It's a statement from the God of War 2 novel. They just use an astral projection from Atropos traveling from the Isle of Creation to, Olympus.
The
The other one is Hermes dodging Helios's light. That's the main one.
Hermes boost or something infinite. I doubt that means much. Never looked into it.
I thought it was Helios's light reaching the entirety. I thought Helios's light reaching the entirety of the underworld light, or something else. Yeah. So the typical arguments, very good at gaming, is what someone will posture is that the underworld is infinite because it has all these statements of being like bottomless and endless, and Helios has a statement that his light can cover the entire underworld. So if you can dodge the light, presumably like the acceleration from the light or react to it, you are therefore infinite. So currently, as of now, we know that the pantheons in the world occupy a specific space in a specific country. And the underworld is stated in the descriptions for the pretty much almost all the guides. The instruction manual for God of War 1, and I believe several guides for God of War 3, and combination guides for God of War 1 and God of War 2, that the underworld is in the earth. It is physically below the earth. The novels confirm this. The game confirms this. Every piece of media confirms the underworld is physically located under the earth. So for you to believe that the underworld is infinite after we have introduced all these other pantheons and revealed that all of it's taking place on a planet, you now have to prove the entire planet is infinite in size. And only exclusively because of the underworld, to be clear. Yeah. You would just be assuming the entire Greek pantheon is the size of a normal country, but only the Greek underworld is infinite. Therefore, there's an infinite space inside the planet, but the rest of the planet is complete. Which is hilariously ridiculous. And secondly, No, we've actually asked the statements for Bruno because we were under the impression that the God of War planet was actually bigger than a normal planet. We thought it was like a Toriko situation. Well, instead of the planet getting cooked, we just thought like the planet was built different.
Yeah.
So we asked him, and he was like, "No, it's not any different than a normal planet." And then our immediate reaction was "fuck." But yeah, it's not any different than a normal planet. It's the same size.
Wouldn't that just make Hermes like Hypersonic Plus?
Hermes has like other feats that would make him hypersonic, just scaling to like people who scale the lightning.
Oh, that's fair.
But I was gonna say that even then, Hermes doesn't even like consistently react to Helis's light. So you can actually hit him with the light in the gameplay on higher difficulties. You can actually blast him with it.
Well,
The
I mean, to be
one
fair,
guy
he's
that's
in-
claimed
he's in
to
pain.
react to him.
Like
He is, but the
yeah.
problem is that we don't have any feats from him except for the fight where he's in pain.
That's
You kind of see
true.
where this is going. Like you don't have presentations of the characters or the lore to substantiate them having these speeds or their powers, and when you do, it's when they're in their worst possible conditions.
Yeah.
So the only argument is just, well, they would have been stronger. It's like, well, that's unquantifiable because we have no evidence.
Also, welcome back, Max.
What about Kratos blocking light beams, laser, and
Ascension.
Ascension?
When did Kratos block a beam or a laser?
Wait, Mark, do you remember when that happened?
Yeah, those would be the multiple infinite speed statements. Oh wait, I was gonna read Poseidon's. I was gonna read Poseidon's message, but then he deleted it.
He just deleted it. Like that's what he does a lot of times. He'll send a message and delete
so-
it right after.
So I know what he said. It was like, where do I skill compared to the Norse gods? I skill them to the same tier, which is mountain level.
Mark, just send it to my Discord. It's Faust.
Because God of War has insanely consistent mountain level feats. Send it to him, then send it to me. I mean,
Yep.
in verse.
I meant inverse.
I mean, certain Norse or Greeks would be stronger or weaker than them. It depends on which ones we're talking about. Thor and Odin would probably be among the strongest compared to like Zeus and Hades and like the rest. Freya would be up there. Heimdall would kind of be fodder. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
he probably would.
Heimdall
be.
has almost nothing. Balder probably would be upper mid. We really the problem is that we don't really have a lot of comparisons because Kratos there in God of War 4 is not only like super rusty, he's like a pacifist
He's
and
not
he's weaker
actively
in some
trying.
ways. He's not actively trying, and even if he was, he hasn't regained his strength. He doesn't have all his weapons. He's lacking in so many different areas. And the guy that he's fighting is only alive, in the case of Balder, because he's basically immortal. Because he's killed Balder like 5 times in the fight, and Balder's like,
He just
no,
keeps coming
keep
back."
coming back. You've literally snapped my neck like 50 times.
And he's
Fortunately
still
for
asking
you,
for
all I
more.
want to do is die. Old Kratos is weaker than young Kratos. Yeah, but not to like a
Crazy extent.
substantial difference. Yeah, like because by the events of Ragnarok, they point out that when he gets angry and he fights Thor, they make it a point that like that's the God of War I was like waiting for. When he's in the rage of he is comparable to Kratos. It's just that like his base form is a little weaker, so he's probably closer to like maybe God of War 2 Kratos in Ragnarok.
He's not that much weaker. It's not like a tier difference.
It's
really.
not.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
the
a
same
significant
tier.
difference. And keep in mind, he can fight Thor at the end of the game too, and he can fight Odin as well.
Well, I mean, to
right.
be fair, Odin did beat him.
Yeah, well, it was also like a 3v1 because they were jumping.
Yeah, but he's still relatively not.
But
I mean, in
they
their
would
first
still.
fight.
The thing is that you'd still
Yeah.
have to compare. You still have to compare to the character, even if you're jumping them with like 3. I'm just saying that it should not be a significantly noticeable difference. It should be like the difference between God of War 2 Kratos before he got, or after he lost his powers, and like the end of God of War 1 Kratos.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mark just sent it to me. I could DM it to you, Mangler.
Wonderful.
Here it is.
You said what? The speed arguments?
The laser beams.
Oh, hilariously bad. Especially once you realize that the end of the underworld is. Hey, aren't those lasers slow?
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, this is from the God of War 1 novelization.
Yeah, I'm involved. It's 3 calcs. Oh, it's pixel scaling. Hercules blocks the head of Helios' sunlight strike.
I want to see that town
You want to
AG
see
had
what?
apparently, because it's not OTGs. That town level debunk. Because I know it's not OTGs. OTG as retarded
I don't know.
as he is,
He
had
just
it
said
way
that
lower.
DM. I just heard DMC was debunked to town level, and he never provided me any source.
It's not toxic. Yeah, I know. It's not anything PSW related. Because anything PSW related is brain dead.
I'd argue
Beyond
most Greek
any
gods
shadow of a
have
doubt.
more
They-
reaction speed and combat speed than Hermes only has more travel speed. I mean, I guess.
If he has better travel speed, you're still.
Well, if I can run away from you at a mid-range distance, I also have better combat speed too. Because like Hermes'
Yeah.
entire section is literally him running away from Kratos, and Kratos
running.
is chasing him. So Kratos wouldn't be able to catch him in combat. The fight sequence also proves that he can't catch him in combat because Hermes is wounded and you still can't really touch him. He's just phasing through your attacks. The only reason you're even hitting him is because you have chain blades, which are area of effect weapons, swinging everywhere. So by statistics, you're just gonna hit him, and he's also wounded. Even then, he's still running circles around you and through you. So he's just way faster. One thing was on VSB. So I've already pointed out why like using an example of like Hercules being able to block. Oh yeah, they have the Hermes being able to block this as well. Not Hermes being able to block it. Hercules being able to block it and Hermes being able to dodge it. I've explained why Hermes can actually be hit by it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Hercules being able to block it, I've been of the position that that's just much like the Hermes example. It's a scripted interaction that he's forced to do, and you can most likely just force him out of that. And secondly, as far as this block laser beam thing, I'm gonna have to look at this directly because I have the God of War 1 novelization, so give me a moment. Because if this is just a pixel by characters reacting to that, I'm gonna have to like shoot that down right now.
It's pixel scaling.
Well, insofar as like scaling him to the presentation of like the lightning coming off of the head,
Oh yeah.
the actual specifics of that would just be like, you'd just be assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem as well is that like Helios's light is just like a light flash. It's not like it's not an actual like laser or like a beam.
Mm-hmm.
So even
like a
if
flashbang.
Hercules is if Hercules is scripted to block it, you can't really argue the position that he's reacting to the light itself. Because like technically speaking, anybody could block that as the flash is coming out. But a beam would be different because a beam, even though a beam technically isn't strictly physical in the sense that its matter doesn't function, at least at the atomic level, the way that a physical object does, because of how condensed it is, because of how focused it is, it's going to be touching a specific physical location. A flash of light doesn't do that because you're just dealing with like photons that are spread out. A laser is a condensed, focused thing of that, and so is a beam as well.
Like directly
Alright, let me get
towards
this.
you.
Oh, it's Plank. Gotta love Plank.
Oh, you know Plank.
Plank and his wank. Chapter 22.
Relative
Not a picture. Or
He
no,
only
not a
shows the picture scaling for Kratos, his size.
No, I'm sorry, not a picture. Not a page number?
Oh. It just says
Chapter 22.
which
Wow,
is
okay.
very vague. You're gonna have to read through the entire thing to find it.
I mean, the chapters aren't that long because there are a lot of them, but I'm just saying, as a person who reads a lot of novels, especially novels that have dozens of chapters, it's kind of an asshole move. You have to actually source things effectively.
Like,
And what is
there's
he
a paragraph and page
claiming?
number.
Specifically where he reacts to and blocks beams of light shot from the radiant eyes.
I gotta talk with. How about it? Yeah.
What's happening with sponsor?
I said I have to talk about her. No, not yet. I haven't gone down yet.
Saying random words.
Okay, Mark just sent me something else. Oh, hold on.
Yep.
It's not
Here
the
it is.
druids you're looking for.
It's these ones. Kratos seeing. Oh, it's
I'm
the
aware.
lightning one. Yep, the one I asked you about a while ago.
Yeah, I've explained why Kratos seeing lightning in slow motion doesn't actually matter.
At most, it would just be perception speed.
It's just perception speed.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because that's not the context of the feat. So the feat is literally him standing next to Ares at the end of God of War 1 when Ares is like, Zeus, I have your precious box. And he's throwing the bolt at the box. And he's describing how he perceives the bolt. So, if you were to come to the conclusion that he actually perceives it that way, when he's not even reacting, he's not even actually like physically moving that far, you would have to come to the conclusion that the bolt of Zeus would be so slow that he'd never get hit, which is contradicted by both the God of War 1 novel, or God of War 2 novel, and God of War 2 game,
He
but
gets
also
hit by
God
it a
of War 3.
bunch.
Because it's openly acknowledged in the novel he gets blitzed directly by the lightning. Zeus blitzes him at the beginning of the fight, at least when he comes back at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Blitzes him multiple times. It's just a straight, clean blitz. Oh, and as far as the essence of Hyperion, advancing on the enemies with the speed of light, we actually had a Bruno statement about it, and the guy that talked about it directly was deleted his comment. He deleted the original message, but I do have it, and Bruno basically explained that they aren't actually traveling at the speed of light. There's a specific statement for it. So, yeah, you can pull out all the examples that you want. There is no real authentic light speed beats for God of War. There's just wilding stuff. Now, as far as the Trident of Poseidon, give me a moment. I'm going through the chapter right now. Actually, have it.
Strongest god dies because he's couldn't be me.
You didn't. You cut out a little bit.
Okay, so
I was basically-
to be clear, this is when the beam. Okay, there are a bunch of red beams swinging across the actual stage in the room, and they're dragging across the room. So this is a drag laser. So let me explain what a drag laser is. So a laser, as I've explained before, is light. It's light amplified by stimulated ray of emission. It is a focused beam of photons being sent from point A to point B. When you have a character dodging a laser in a video game, it is usually already hit the wall, and it's being dragged across the room towards the character. That's what's happening.
Refraction.
Because it's already touching the ground before it even hits him. He's not dodging the actual beam. He's moving out of the way, or he's not dodging the edge of the point. The point has already hit the wall. It's just being dragged to him. He's moving faster than the speed at which the laser can be dragged across the room, not the actual laser itself.
Yeah, it doesn't make him light speed or anything.
Well,
Hello,
it
Unoriginal.
wouldn't even make you faster than a human, because it depends on how quickly the laser is being dragged across the room.
You can check out my Kratos skill maybe another time. We're just trying to go over this video. But Mark was saying if we
Unoriginal!
look
And
at the Hermes dodged the head of Helios. I think we went over this.
Yeah, and I explained earlier you can actually hit him with the head of Helios.
Yeah, you can't hit him.
And it wouldn't matter anyway. I don't consider the head of Helios, like the head of Helios when it's being fired is directly firing like just of light. You're not like it's just a bunch of photons being presented everywhere. It's not like a concentrated ball or like beam or compression of like photons. It's just like
Flashbang.
a spring of
I was
them.
about to say that's just
It
a
is
flashbang.
literally a flashbang. Like would dodging a flashbang with no further like specificity or details given be like relativistic or light speed?
He
Yeah, no.
I think
he
it seems a little
explained
wing.
why the boots moving at light speed. It's not accurate.
Do you see where it says you can move the speed at light with the boots? I don't know where it says that.
Yeah, I'm. He's referring to the essence of Hyperion. I've explained why. There's actually a statement from Bruno that clarifies it's not referring to literal speed of light. Hang on, I'm gonna go get it because I got one for that too.
Oh, you got it.
Yes. Unoriginal, if you're still here, I want that so I've been meaning to ask you, what exactly was OTG's contention building up? You need to say that. I don't want to talk with him. He's too dense for me. I have standards, please. Goodness, it's just vibrators. It's just vibrators.
Let's see here. Thank you, error. I always believed Zeus and the rest of the Olympians were limited to this planet. Oh yeah, it's just the planet.
Is that a statement from Aria Lawrence?
Aria Lawrence, yep.
AG just fixed your cap video. Oh, wait,
You have no idea how many
me.
times I had to read these things. I
Hey, you just
memorized
fixed your cap video?
most of them.
I could care less. I already saw that video he made of me. I don't really give a shit.
Tell him
He
to
can-
run it on Discord. Tell him to hop on back on his Discord account.
He doesn't want to because he only does places without judges. He specifically said he debates without judges.
So for town level, basically trying to argue that such and such was not necessarily the case with Nightmare and that it was no EP just hex.
Useless crap like that. Oh my god.
That's funny. That's so funny because it's a laser feat. That's DC. Ergo, it's not just hex. It's DC. Even if it's hex, it's still DC.
I'm looking for it, Mark.
And then
I'm dead.
media literacy. Still, not as bad as Chaos's 2 Hyperion beings in one verse. I am PSW's biggest hater.
Oh my god.
I've come up with like
That's so loud.
so many debunks for the verse.
God of War downplayers,
What's
when they
that?
actually have to read the lore instead of using Bruno the animator, he just made this about me. Okay.
So why was
None of our positions rely exclusively on Bruno. I've been quoting the. I got 3 God of War novels sitting in front of me right now with tons of
funny because
bookmarks in
wasn't
them.
he using Bruno's? Wasn't he using Bruno's statements?
Everybody
He was
uses
using
Bruno
Bruno's statements.
until Bruno says there aren't universes in.
That's when they say, oh, he's unreliable. But then they only use
It's
stuff
unreliable.
that works for them.
And then like, let me provide a random statement where he talks about Thanatos. This one fucking guy in a game that nobody cares about.
So in particular
One
sponsor,
out of
Chaos hasn't
context
given me the
statement.
high 1B MWI precise evidence that he misplaced.
I was straight up gonna go to Axiom's channel to go literally because he talked about that section. I was about to go to One Retard's channel to get his retarded video that actually doesn't debunk PSW to the extent he believes it did. To pull it out. But he deleted all of his previous videos because he's gonna make a remake. So he's gonna do a remake on the current state of PSW, which is way worse. Because they actually don't have a page anymore to substantiate anything beyond 1B. Ugh.
It's so
As
bad.
many wikis as I've been to see, PSW has made it.
What if in the next game Kratos says I'm multiversal and can one-shot Goku?
Yeah,
That would
because
somehow be better evidence than anything they presented, even though
That'll
it
be more evidence
probably be
than anything
fallacious.
Yeah, we're still
shown.
on stream, bro.
Yes, I am still on stream.
Um,
No, you're good. You're
My
good.
bad, bro.
No one cares.
My bad, bro. My bad.
You can continue with the video points.
Let's go back to here. It's like 7
You know you messed up when someone is for straight up.
You're cutting out.
I can
Max.
make a dock. Oh.
I can hear what you
Let
said.
me leave and come back.
Alright.
Let me leave and come back.
Well, Mark, appeal to
just like-
false authority. Dang. Wrong. Oh well. Alright, let's
Let me
see
turn on the
here.
phone actually.
Valhalla, the work, part 1. Reach the upper realms. I don't know where you get this one statement meaning it can be a higher dimension, where you're probably arguing.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Valhalla continues. Yes, we can hear you, Max.
Okay. Let me pull up the stream. I'm outside now. Less disturbance. It's longer code here in Texas.
Yes, the statements for Valhalla having upper realms. We're never given context for means here.
You have mastered Valhalla, but there is more work to be done. Continuing the cycle to unlock more of Kratos' memories and upgrades. Those seeking a challenge can visit the Desert of Lost Souls, the Aegean boat, the Forum in Valhalla's upper realms. There's no end to one's self-improvement. The Legacy Rage Path and a special new appearance. Okay, whatever. Yeah, there's no context behind that. Behind the upper
Yeah.
realms.
So yeah. Now that you're done, that way I didn't cut you off.
My room isn't upper realm.
Unoriginal. What PSW has to understand is that they're trying to use MWI, the Tech Mark 3 multiverse. That's never the position. When Hilbert Space and when everybody came out with MWI, specifically the person that created, he never made it in mind with Tegmark Type 3. Tegmark Type 3 came out afterwards, and they specifically mentioned MWI as having the same thematical framework. Literally just based Type 3 multiverse on quantum possibilities instead of just bubble spaces or bubble worlds. That's what PSW has to understand. They just straight up say, because one popular form of MWI that contradicts itself in its own physics has Hilbert Space, it must be Type 3.
Oh, so it's stupider.
Yeah, it's way stupider. They
Yes, this is still going. Purple edits. Oh, by the way, Mangler, Mark is wondering where the statement for the "it's not moving at light speed" by Corey, I think.
I just found it as soon as it
nice.
said that they don't quite travel the speed of light. We just wanted them to feel fast and have a similar feel when both God of War, too. So he's trying to respond to a tweet from Onahorse
Hey,
because the statement
what
is
is
in
going on
reference
in here?
to the statement is in reference to the
Hey. No,
to the what's it called?
I thought it was
Say hi to
Warriors
my
Sight.
roommate, guys.
Gus?
What's happening?
My roommate.
Oh,
Dang.
I thought you lived alone.
You have
I thought so,
8
too.
viewers right now.
Fate doesn't get much of a
I'm
cosmos.
reminded every day.
8 people is like equivalent to like
I'm at it every day. I have one brain cell.
4.
because it's behind, isn't it?
But yeah,
see you.
nightmare stuff.
I can't see.
Wait, what is 8 people equivalent?
Oh no, was his contention the same contention he made to you on the PSW threads?
Or 2 orgies?
Because, Minder, I knew he was making that contention in Night's Court. But I knew he was making that contention. What?
It's a little delayed. Okay, bro, I see.
Wait, that's not you?
That's me,
Wait.
bro. That's me.
Oh, you're in a black hoodie? Sorry,
Yeah, he does have a fine. Let me make it perfectly clear. It cuts itself off before it can even get close to
Oh,
infinity.
look at the spike. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy.
Oh yes, the moment you joined.
Yeah, 11. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
But people don't like those conversations.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
It's almost as bad as
You
you
know
trying to
that
convince
Yeah,
the
What's
I
the
love
that
one
he
guy
can't
that
make
goes like,
past
oh
5
yeah!
feet
The orange guy.
against me?
Kool-Aid Man?
What happened to the paper that was up there?
What?
Kool-Aid
What
Man?
happened to the paper that I set out there that said I'm streaming?
Guys, come on, get out. Hey, get out, bro.
Yeah, come on, get out. It's
Get
me
out
and
of here,
Luke's.
bro.
It's me
Oh,
and Luke's.
This is our stream.
Exactly his contention on the
Talking about some God
PSW
of
threads.
War.
Okay,
You know about that.
that's
God of War.
That's what they're talking about. Wait, what's the title of your vid?
it's like the Sully meme
Debating.
from
Wait, I was looking at comments.
Right.
he just say, and then he just goes
Read it, boy.
like
Hey,
the meme just turns red. That's effectively me when you said that. Okay,
Holy, bro. This is some wicked
Yeah.
jumping jacks over here.
that's the rest of it. I'll leave it there. I don't know.
All right, let's see. I can pull up the statement right here. Own a horse, Bruno Velacroz. They don't quite travel at the speed of light. We just wanted them to feel fast and have a similar feeling to the wind bow from God of War 2. Yeah, basically showing they're not.
If you see the wind bow from God of War 2, it is just a straightforward projectile that just moves really, really, really.
Just really fast.
Who has joined?
There's one else joined.
Oh,
I joined again.
Bro's making my knees weak with those knife skills. Hypersonic is ambiguous though. Alright, hold on. Okay, let's go with it. Oh my gosh.
Hypersonic isn't ambiguous. When you dodge a lightning bolt, you would assume the default speed of a lightning bolt, which is somewhere around, I believe, 220,000 miles per hour. It's not ambiguous at all, unless you have like additional information of lightning.
the only way you could say it's ambiguous if it's not from cloud to ground, if it's from ground to ground.
There's additional pieces of information being given about how lightning functions.
I know. I'm just saying, like that's the only way you can
Yeah,
make it
so like
ambiguous.
if they said specifically that a cast of ball lightning was sent your direction, well then you would go look up how fast ball lightning is, because ball lightning actually travels at a different speed than typical lightning bolts or thunder. The default speed of lightning is around 200,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, just hypersonic.
Just look it up. They tell you how much it is on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, Baron, you gotta fix your door.
Okay, what is ambiguous, however, besides lightning? Not lightning. What is ambiguous is electricity being conducted. That's ambiguous. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, I was also gonna say the novelization game. Funny enough, I kind of already addressed why reacting to the lasers in God of War 1. But what's funny is that the novelization goes over this as the Wraiths firing it. And normally I don't have a problem with the extra scenes in God of War 1, but the specific problem I have with this is that it's claiming the Wraiths are firing lasers. The Wraiths are the smokeless enemies in the game that just come at you with like various mid-range swings, and they sneak in and out of the ground by dispersing into smoke. They don't have laser abilities.
Yeah.
And the specific part of this scene makes it clear that a Wraith comes after him to shoot those lasers across the ground at him, and he sees them coming and then tries to block them with the Blade of Artemis. That not only doesn't happen in the actual Poseidon's chamber level, Wraiths don't even do that in the God of War series. They don't have the ability to fire lasers at you. And the weirdest part is that that's not even something the Wraiths in the novel do. Only that Wraith does that. I'm not sure why it's presented that way. Actually, in this section, you don't even fight Wraiths, which is weird because in every section that you have for the game, for the novel, it pretty much mirrors what happens in the game. There aren't supposed to be Wraiths in this section. You're supposed to fight a Cerberus. And like harpies.
Video. I mean, that's a funny position to take.
There are levels to being hypersonic. I mean, being lightning speed is more specific than being hypersonic. Not really. Because you have to be more specific in regards to lightning to give it more than hypersonic. Because most lightning is just lightning bolts and thunder. Ball lightning, for example, which is the only version that you could really use that would be different, is an exceedingly, extraordinarily rare example of lightning. You would never assume posture that a person is referring to ball lightning. If someone said lightning, you would assume it's referring to a lightning bolt, or you would deduce it's referring to a lightning, because that is the most common form of a lightning.
That is about the most biggest two-time fallacies I've ever seen. Hey,
the SPW has 5D, Kratos at 5D. I don't really care.
That's two separate fallacies hooked up in one statement. It's an appeal to popularity because you're appealing to the popular consensus of VSBW or whatever pool it may have. Mind you, it's shrinking pool. B,
Your
you're
roommate's doing.
I don't even know what they're doing let me see what they're doing.
Oh wait, no, I was behind on the stream. Never mind. I don't think they were in the room.
You would be appealing to whatever false authority VSBW has as if it's the final say. They can't even correctly tell me what Outerversal is, and I have debated many mods and admins on VSBW.
Oh no.
VSB is also insanely corrupt, as Unoriginal mentions. They are outrageously corrupt. They will openly argue a position that is objectively wrong when they are proven wrong. What is Kratos' lightning feat then? As in, and a lightning Mach is what? I don't use Mach. You would use miles per hour. But if you need the Mach thing, you'd have to convert that from a respective miles per hour. Hang on. Kratos' lightning speed feats come from him fighting Zeus, primarily.
Yeah, we don't use Mach. We don't use whatever didn't get us on the moon.
Okay, you can use Mach, but you're going to have to convert Mach from miles per hour.
No,
Or
this red,
kilometers per hour.
this red, this red, white, and blue blooded American here doesn't use Mach.
So the speed of lightning travels at about
Miles per hour.
200,000 miles per hour, while the light from the flash travels at approximately 160,000 miles per second, usually around, I think it's 120 million miles per hour. That's specifically like the return stroke of the lightning bolt.
Which is crazy, because if you were trying to explain them the size of a 2B space, right? They wouldn't. If you gave that statement and then you gave the size of a 2B space, that 2B space would still be finitely below that infinite size space. They just don't like mathematics.
Yeah, let me go get the actual.
And assume 5D space must separate a 2A selection of universes, 5D being a practically unverified concept that many theories differ on, whereas 4D being space-time is mostly unknown. Or uniform, sorry.
Yeah, so if we're going by VSB's actual like terms, they have meters per second, Machs, speed of light. I'm just gonna use.
They're stupid.
They use kilometers. I'm fine with using kilometers per hour. I'll just convert it to miles. But like, yeah, the actual speed is around 270,000. You were to convert that in kilometers
VSBW is trash.
per hour. It comes out to be about
PSW is stupid.
I'm an open. I'm a jarhead. I was there when VSBW was created.
350,000 kilometers per hour, which is. Give me a moment. Why is
And
this
Codex
so
is
weirdly
filled.
spread out?
Okay. If VSBW is trash, Codex would be filth. Capsule would be scum because you can't do anything on there that's worthwhile. Supernatural is unknown. It's just particles, and then VSBW is you just open up the toilet bowl. You
High
follow
hyper.
the
It's like
source. That's where PSW is.
it's like high hypersonic, or at least at the sonic. So while I understand that, like, you'd be better off saying that hypersonic is like a broad tier of speed, but the problem is that when it comes to the actual hypersonic range, you wouldn't be using anything in that range except for where lightning is defaulted. There's no particular reason to do it. It's nonsensical. Because the only reason we're even in the hypersonic range is because of a lightning bolt. So why would you use any of like the tens of thousands of numbers or the hundreds of thousands of numbers below and below? Like after you go above speed of sound and specific like Mach numbers, the only measurement that is relevant is where lightning sits. And then after that, the only measurement that's relevant is the speed of light. There's a lot of gaps there that you don't need. So while it's true, you're correct that like hypersonic is a broad range. I would never be talking about anything other than where lightning would sit, and you would never assume otherwise.
I'm originally put this way. When I approached the people that made the Resident Evil page, the people that were like arguing with for the Resident Evil piece. I approached them on the RE6 stands. They shut down. Couldn't tell me anything.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
laughable. It's like, oh, you got a person that played the game and is like prominently has every single scan in existence for Resident Evil. What are you gonna do? Just don't hear any argument regarding the RE6 or anything past RE6. Just completely shut down. I have their DMs. They are completely closed. It's like, what else do I have to give you? Like, I have given them 16 different statements on Jake's stance in the hierarchy of Resident Evil. They have not gotten back to me. Only one has, and I have demolished him, and he has just ran.
For the infinite space container, I hold them all out. The only opportunity was to say that I was off topic and never specify why.
Off topic on a thread that's specifically about infinite space containers. I wonder how that's off topic. It's like,
Straight up lying.
I don't care. It's like, I'm glad I have my policies. Like, I only
I was
only
muted.
do the
Oh,
That's
yes,
why.
yeah.
So I was explaining that what was the last thing I said?
something about the high hypersonic, if I remember correctly.
Okay, well, I was gonna say we need to continue on because we've been
Actually,
here
yeah, we
talking
need
about,
to
like, nothing.
continue the actual video. Okay.
You
Hold on,
guys
there's the whole
ramble a little
continues.
too much. I was just
And then there's the more
addressing
notes.
sources.
The crazy chant of the first Sior witch I had met had me so spooked I could hardly move. Her fluttery shout is magic and it lets her teleport around us. Father says she slips between the sheets of reality. Revenants are almost impossible to beat unless we work together as a team, because Father can't hit her without my help. My arrows dissolve the witch's shroud for a few seconds, and then Father can rush in and hammer the old shrew with the bar-handed combo.
Revenants are
Vanguard, do you know
essentially
where
like
this
an
is from?
argument. The Revenants, I believe this is most likely from the God of War 4. This is just used. This is just used in conjunction with they have the speed to be able to like move between areas because the character is slipping between sheets of reality. But like that's more so due to the product of how the Revenants exist
Is there cut out?
as like non-physical entities. And the speed, because the sentence is not presented as a speed function.
Wait, are y'all still there?
Or is
I
there
can't
not
hear
one? Would rather make a video.
What?
Me?
Hold on. Let me leave and come back.
Oh, hello.
Good, Dragon.
Can you guys hear me?
Nope. Okay, something's wrong with my internet. Oh my god. Okay, what's wrong with my headset? Give me a moment. This is being really weird. Wait, does this play? No, it does not. Okay, my sound just completely cut out. I still have no sound.
he's
I don't
joined.
know what the hell's wrong with my thing.
I can hear you just fine.
Not even videos. Hold on, let me see how to fix this.
Actually, no, that's pretty broken.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine on the stream.
Yeah. I currently have it paused right now.
There's no way.
What?
Sponsor left.
Oh my god, my whole audio is just completely gone. I can't hear a single thing from my laptop. Max, it's not you, it's my internet. Or not internet, my
Hold on.
laptop.
No, my internet went out. My phone lagged out. Oh no, wait, he can't hear me.
Where's she on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, he should be able to. Foss should be able to hear me because I hear myself on the stream.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get.
There we go. Okay,
into
now
his
it's
headphone.
back. Now it's back. Okay, finally. I don't know what the hell happened.
Fuck.
Let's say summon your phone at this point.
I was gonna say yeah. Wait, okay, now I'm back.
Okay.
Read my read my messages. If audio goes out, the first thing you should do is consult visuals.
Okay, yeah, sorry. There we go. Alright, I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
No worries. Somebody had a question for me. I think Poseidon is talking to you, Mangler, about what? Did you debate Warrior Z? I never had an official debate with Warrior Z. I had a conversation with him on a Sekiro stream explaining why I didn't scale God of War the way that I did. And he specifically said he was going to refute our reference videos. And that never happened. Much like every other God of War scaler who's claimed that. And we actually responded to his video and explained why it was wrong.
Oh yeah, Warrior Z did comment on Zim's video.
We've had the same consistent pattern. Is God of War scaler shows up to our not to our server, to our YouTube stream, tells us we're wrong. It's like, okay, would you like to prove that? And they're unable to argue the rhetoric in stream. They're like, I'm gonna go make a video, and then they go make a video, and then we respond to it and refute everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I never heard from again.
And then they're never heard from again. It's the same, it's the same nonsense.
Yeah.
And if we offer for them to actually have a conversation on Discord, they always either bail out or they always want to have like a judge that's either an alt account or something else. It's always that.
And then you get Ken, and he goes immediately quiet, like as if he lost all his fire in the debate. It's like, wow. I don't know. God of War
That
games
is
are weird.
consistently how it has been with every single person that has interacted with us from God of War. It's not. It has not been like a pleasant experience. We always give them the same chance, regardless. We give them the benefit of the doubt, and they prove us right each time. I would like to be proven wrong. And when I say proven right, I'm not even just talking in regards to the evidence. I'm talking in regards to their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Can you debunk Warrior Z Kratos versus Sun Wukong video?
At another time.
I don't. Oh wait, is that a question for you? I was gonna say I'm
He'll probably
not
talk
that
to
interested
you.
in Sun Wukong.
I mean, I could do the Sun Wukong section. It's just-
Ryan and I actually went over Sun Wukong with Ghoul a while ago.
I dropped Black Myth. I did not like the gameplay in that game.
no, I don't even think you can get Myth.
It
I
was
think he was
boring. And his abilities were really basic as fuck.
Debunk my whole
not sure
channel
what-
in one stream? No!
No, so if we do that video, if I do go into that video and I take the Sun Wukong section, it would just be me pointing at Warrior Z saying, you're rhetorically inclined to be retarded, and your rhetoric just shows that you cannot define or justify which specific version of Sun Wukong. Because every Sun Wukong scaler does this. They do not define which Wukong they're using.
So let's continue on with the thing, because that's what we came here to do.
I gave Ghoul a bunch of hints on dealing with phallics on that Wukong nonsense. Oh yeah, that's where he got it from, the Wukong stuff. Anyways. So, oh wait, actually, yeah, Mangler, I was wondering, where does the the one that Atreus was saying, the my arrows dissolve the witch's shroud for a few seconds, then Father can rush in. Where does that come from again?
It's a
No.
guidebook for God of War 4.
Guidebook. Okay.
There are several of them, and yeah, no, I recognize that. But
Okay,
it's
that's not
just an assertion. It's an assertion. It's an assertion made about that because the Revenant slips between the sheets of reality, that it's doing it through like speed. And not just the function of like what the Revenant is. We're not. The sentence isn't being presented as like a speed feat.
Okay.
And
But it
with their
wouldn't matter.
physiology, it makes sense. Like that it is in a speed feat.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah,
you go
it
to
literally
the
says
Revenant.
here, and then he provides the exact example that refutes the position he'd be trying to argue. This Sadir Revenant has a billowing magical shroud that lets her slip between sheets of reality and teleport around the field. Okay, yeah, all right. So then, like, if you specifically need a shroud around your body to slip between areas of your cosmology, you aren't authentically that fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the con maker in Doom.
Oh yeah, where she just
And I
opens a
think I
portal.
Yeah, it's exactly like the con maker.
Except in this case, it's actually my premium S tier class coat outfit allows me to move.
Remember, Mangler, God of War fans are like Spartans, straightforward with zero subtlety, and apparently zero linguistic context.
I was actually thinking of Spartans of Halo when you said that, and I'm like, that is not true. And then I remembered that was not the correct Spartans.
That is not true. These Spartans at least read.
Yeah,
That's
the
what you
Halo
get
Spartans
from-
actually do have a skill of reading.
Not the fact.
The rest of these just seem to be like fake scans, fake DMs.
Kratos still was even brandless. Yeah, we already went over that, the endlessly thing. The Cory
Oh
Barlog
yes, and then a
DM.
statement from the the Valhalla DLC. It's just like, oh, you can see how they all connect to the higher plane. And as he shows a picture of Kratos looking up at a statue in the sky, it's like, oh, the higher plane. It's like, yeah, it is higher.
Higher in the
above
sense you
the
have to look
ground.
up.
As he's looking up off the ground.
That's just like that's actually an issue I have with the community. They assume higher reality must be like physically higher. It's like no, they're just higher in properties.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
You
don't break
need to
the net.
reverse what you just said. No, you. They assume they must be higher in properties, when in reality they're actually physical. I don't know how you inverted your statement there.
no. I'm saying that people assume that like a higher reality, like in like a reality that's higher in properties, must like when if you were to visualize it, must be like physically above you. That's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't make sense. That's not how. Like it would realistically a higher dimension would surround you, it would encompass you. You would be embedded in that into that dimension. It's like that's the way it works.
Not within your own reality. It would be outside of your reality.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying like that's the best way to describe it. Like I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, hello sir, is this really you who confirmed that this Facebook post is real? I can't find the data, it was deleted. Yes, it is. I don't really use Gmail that much, but I usually remember when I do. This was several years ago. The games provide a simple and grounded explanation of the pantheons. The other stuff after a game's initial release, such as promotional posts, art books, novels, are meant for hardcore enthusiasts looking for a depth explanation on the lore and the world's nature. That's why they use such complex scientific terms at times.
Yeah, so that was we had already had reason to believe those had been fabricated because they were just a bunch of like DMs that came out of nowhere. Later on, a guy that was doing the scales on the core post actually admitted that like the vast majority, if not all, of the DMs that you've seen of authors and writers on God of War have come from him.
Mm-hmm.
It was openly admitted on core that there's still, you should be able to find links for it somewhere. I would have to go and grab the actual like article for it, but the guy like openly admitted like, haha, I fooled you all for years. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. And then like the people were panicking. It's like, bro, what, really? I use this for all my scales. And I'm like, That's actually kind of funny. Like, I don't want to side with the guy that fabricated anything, but like that is hilarious
funny.
that you lost to like being unable to source your own verse. That is really funny. I mean, fuck that guy for sourcing or for not sourcing anything and fabricating all that. But at the same time, that
It's
was very
funny.
hilarious. That was peak comedy.
All right, later on original.
Have a good day, Roger.
To the next
Morpheus
part.
Kratos is a fan-made character. That he is indeed. Share. What exactly do you want us to share, Mark?
Oh, he wants to
Very
share the
don't-
weed or something.
Oh, okay. Don't hide the ganja from me. I don't know what that's in reference to. No one uses Morpheus Kratos. That's not true. Plenty of God of War scalers still use it. It was used on VSB for the longest time, and Plank is still trying to argue the usage of sourcing the Temple of Helios. So they actively advocate for using it and attempting to source something that they know doesn't exist. Those are the official scalers on VSB, by the way.
Oh, the actual official scalers. Jeez.
There are some that don't, obviously. I'm saying, like, the person who pushes a significant chunk of the God of War, like, CRTs is mainly Plank.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is. Well, I just explained it to you. Plank. He's a member of VSB when it comes to God of War, and he's, like, the main one that pushes CRTs to upgrade everything on the site. And he's openly in favor of it.
Did Bruno confirm the Tarot statement or the Tarot scan? Which scan?
Thanatos scan is fake.
Thanatos
Which fake
There's-
Thanatos scan?
That's
So
very
many.
vague. That is very, very vague.
So many fake scans.
Any idea how much that narrows it down?
They don't use Morpheus
uh,
Kratos logic on
Morpheus
Kratos'
Yeah,
profile.
because they got rid of it. It's not on there anymore because it was removed. But they've
After
actively
how-
argued about it in their servers. I've directly seen them talk about it. Also, the average God of War scaler does use Morpheus Kratos. So I don't know where you're coming to this conclusion of, like, kind of like deflecting away from, like, very obviously, like, terrible arguments that God of War scalers make, because they do make these arguments. Morpheus Kratos gets mentioned all the time on YouTube and Discord.
Mm-hmm.
There's some of the most prominent scalers still use them. Like,
Yeah.
what's the thing that the most normal and most common of God of War scalers?
He was literally used for the longest time. He was like the bedrock of their arguments. For not for like uni, but for like conceptual stuff and like tier 1 stuff. Especially prior to God of War 4. I've never seen anyone using Morpheus Kratos. Yeah, but you probably don't get out as much as I do when it comes to God of War people, because you are actively looking for it, like I am. You're not actively looking into most of the communities to see what people argue. You don't look at a lot of their content. You probably spend your time doing other things that are not that. Because that one sheet where it talks about the Cardinals was obviously fake. I'm not referring to the Cardinals thing. I'm pretty sure that was in reference to the that was in reference to like a scan for God of War 4. This was like all the stuff in regards to Morpheus was just about the Greek pantheon. It was pre God of War 4 stuff. Anyway.
The domain of
Next
death one. That's what he's saying about the Thanatos statement, I think.
Oh, the domain of death. Oh, what Thanatos' realm having? Oh, yeah, the script statement. Give me a sec.
Wait, should I change my user, a nickname,
For what?
to the aggressive AI user?
The aggressive AI user?
Yeah, you know what
Why?
I'm referencing.
What? Bro. No. No.
It's like
No.
Nitro invited him to the server. Immediate response in about like 2 hours. It's like, oh my goodness, Plastic making arguments.
He's using
again." It's like-
AI!
It's like it was because it was you, me, Noah.
We were all playing Halo.
Plastic.
Actually, I don't think Noah was there. When
No,
he
no
was
one was
talking to
there.
him.
Yeah,
Or when,
we were
Ryan was
all,
talking
we
to
were
him.
all,
Mhm.
yeah, we were all in a sector. All of us were playing DBD. You guys hopped off. We continued making those arguments. I was helping to make those arguments, but via wording. I helped them word it, right?
Mhm.
I helped them word it, and I told them like, just structure it a little bit better. That's realistically all I did. We were playing Gears 5 on insane, and I was
I know.
making
I
those
remember what you're
arguments
talking about now. Yeah, I remember.
because I was pissed. We were insane. We still have yet to finish insane.
Ryan was
I don't know
losing
if
his
you saw-
mind.
We were screaming at the top of our lungs. And it's like, he came in, he made that comment. An original hopped into the VC. He's like, you guys are gonna get into like there's gonna be drama. 'Cause, like, he mentions VAR saying like, oh, you aggressive AI users.
Just change yourself to AI user at this point.
We go into the argument and it's just us clowning on him. He's like, oh, well, after the entire server jumped, it's like, because you immediately claimed we were all using AI.
Mhm.
Right?
What do you expect at
And
this
then, like,
point, honestly?
And then, like 3 days later, in like Sinister or Thrawn server, I have eyes everywhere. I know what everything's being said. I can get VMs for everything. I don't know which way. He just like 3 days later, after all that happened, right? On October, mind you, October, right? He's like, oh, fuck this aggressive AI user, and then your mother's talking about how my logic was funny.
Oh yeah,
It's
when
like-
he said that.
It's like I had a face palm moment. It's like.
Well,
You guys can't argue. You guys can't provide a source. You guys can't do anything besides lie or deflect. And then,
that was wild.
yeah, it's just like I want to change my name.
Also, more into scaling Human Echo in the darkness. ChatGPT versus God of War scalers.
Honestly, ChatGPT will win. It's got enough brain. to make
Oh yeah,
function.
how did you guys know I was an AI? Hold on.
How did he know? How did we know?
Because you're web.
Maybe
you have
maybe he had a point when he said I was acting like a calculator.
Well, depends what you mean by that.
one spotter and one verse. Verse and image. I don't know which way.
I do threaten to take over his server a lot. Maybe he's just like, oh, AI uprising. Get that fucking calculator out of my face.
Veggie AI.
He said this to an Asian guy. He's like the most calculator ass person in existence.
If I was hitting the geek bar. I know, right?
I mean, I think we're all nerds here. I'm a bigger nerd. I carry around a TI-84 everywhere I go.
You have to carry your Texas Instrument 84 calculator with you everywhere. You keep that with you, but you don't know how to convert dollars to cents.
Not my problem. It's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. I have my skill issues. What's your skill issue? A loving relationship?
It's true.
The direction script. That's what he was referring to.
Oh, you found
What
it.
Poseidon was referring to. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
No, I found the screenshot that is passed around the internet. I never found where this originated from or who forged it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
DMs.
Yep. Alright, I have pulled it on the stream. Here's the direction strip of God of War game. Any guesses which one it is? The Nexus is activated and the Death Gate opens, which works as a portal to the plane created by the Death God. Kratos enters it and finds himself in a primordial realm outside of all the infinities of space-time, existence, and non-existence, serving as a purgatory to an array of myriad worlds. Kratos stood in the front of a strange transcendent land beyond the realm of physics and dimensionality. The primal duality of life and death was absent, and only death hanged in the air. It was truly the domain of death.
The most the most obvious fabricated scan in existence.
That's
Like-
just the text by itself.
It's like, it's so bad.
Find the other one. Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
One of my favorite ones. So
let's
so
see
this
it.
is the one that was actually provided. I have a screenshot of my computer at the time.
Oh, okay.
But this is basically the color keys.
Mm-hmm.
These are the color keys that exist. That they're not actually called this in Ghost of Sparta, but for context, I was given this by Ken Lom and that guy Kev's group to basically explain how the domain of death gives you inaccessible speed, because they explain that on the page, as you can barely see it there, but if you look in closely, you can see like 4 p.m. near like the Atlantis top. You can see like various timestamps for what parts of the day or the night it is. I can go find this later if you need like a more clear scan, because it looks visually weird. But the point is that every piece of art has a timestamp attached to it, and this was posted on a website for a guy that was a fan of the artist from the game, and they argued that there's no timestamp for the domain of death, so clearly it has no time. And then I'm like, all right, so here's 2 scans from the official guidebook that confirm Deimos aged while in the domain of death. Secondly, this is from some random fucking website. I don't care who these people are. Third, you literally just took a source, which I have a mind to accuse you of fucking producing the scan. Like, this is taking the color keys. These are in the game. They're in the gallery. These are images in the gallery, and you attach timestamps to them that were never in the game.
It was never there, so I don't know where they're getting that from. 3 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Yeah.
You can kind of see it a little bit. It's kind of blurry.
I can see the
I can go get a
timestamps
better
little
photo
bit.
later. I can go get the actual like photos later.
Okay.
But yeah, that was so that was so funny because it was so obviously fabricated, and they're like, "Oh well, you
This
know,
is
it's,
real.
it's pretty authentic," and I'm like, "It's on a website," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably fabricated then." And secondly, even if you thought it wasn't fabricated, even if it was official, it still wouldn't be valid because the official guidebook and the game confirms Deimos aged. And the response was like, "Well, Deimos has his own flow of time." I'm like, "Where's the evidence for that? Is that just supposed to be a self-evidence position? Am I just supposed to accept that?"
No.
Oh, but you're supposed to.
Moving in time stuff.
Now, direct scan that refutes your point. Well, have you considered that my point is actually valid?
God of War never writes that. Never writes stuff like that. Use AI, it's Betty. Or better. C-bound Markiplier.
No. So, inaccessible speed does exist. The way it's stated is not for any wiki.
There is no inaccessible speed. There is only temporal speed.
Yes.
We don't call it inaccessible because inaccessible is a term made by fallacious, fraudulent
Arguers.
power scalers that believe time isn't the fourth dimension. They don't get to have an opinion about higher dimensionality. They don't have a right to. They're too
Yeah.
busy, like,
I'm
sniffing
only
paint.
I'm only using the name as it is. The description that they gave doesn't matter. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way. You move in a sometime during the ability or is it a resistance? You move in a time.
You would typically assume it's a resistance. You have to prove that you're moving with the flow of time directly. That like a time stop, moving through a time stop doesn't really get to that unless you have some physiological confirmation. Temporal speed is actually harder to prove than immeasurable, because with immeasurable you just have to prove you're faster than time. With temporal speed you have to prove you're moving at the speed of time directly, which is not something that average characters really get. Like the only character that I can argue actually has is just the characters in Quantum Break, and that's just literally because they're shifters. They're walking, talking Schrodinger's cats that walk around, constantly moving through the flow of time.
Peak game.
It's a state of existence that they occupy.
It's such a peak game. But no. What I was saying was, in terms of like timeless voids, specifically, because I think that's what he's trying to reference.
Yes.
Timeless voids. It wouldn't naturally be a resistance. I mean, it could be, but you would just assume it's a property of the void, and now the person moving into it. So you would just be moving as is.
You would just be moving as you would in like a normal non-timeless space. Below average human speed, I mean basically indifferent speed, I would say. But sure, below average to human speed. I think Mark, if you want to get a good example of how like a timeless void is treated, other than like every single timeless void in fiction. Just go to Eternal Blade. Eternal
Oh,
Blade's like a fantastic example of demonstrating that like objects that, well, also that even being in a void doesn't prevent time from existing there. Even if time doesn't naturally exist there, you can bring time into a timeless void.
DB scalers are throwing a massive fit at that statement.
Like what? Like, guys, you believe in the infinite world of void. It's like, yeah, so it's like you also believe that Hit stuck someone in a time prison inside the world that doesn't have time. But like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I got you, didn't I? I got you with the very clear, obvious example of it. Like, listen, I have no problem with there being no time there because my standards account for that, but your standards don't. Yours don't.
It's like there's no space and time. They're very this in Twitter world. It's like, so how do you explain Goku having a physical body and being able to train there?
Oh well, he has
Quiet.
resistance. Yes,
Well, actually, let's continue.
Oh yeah. It's almost
What was
done.
he say? They're infinite. They're infinity branches. Oh, he says the same thing. They're infinity branches that branch out to new infinity. Each branch completely transcends the previous. So extraversal transcendent. That's not even like. That's not even confirmed by like Freya's statements. Even if you assume the branches transcended space and time, even if you took that to as high as possible interpretation, I've already explained why it's referring to like the creation process and life and death on the tree. But even if you took that to its highest possible conclusion, just wank the hell out of it, that would only be referring to the realms. That wouldn't be referring to the other branches on the tree. Why would the other branches on the tree be at higher dimensional planes of existence than one another?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense. And also, how would Freya know this?
Actually, how would she?
How would Freya know this if she's living in the world? How would she even be capable of interacting with that?
I don't know how this even gets to extraversal to begin with.
What is extraversal? What is that?
It's 1S. It is basically tier 0 for CAPSA. Effectively, it stands on the same standard of tier 0 and PSW, VSBW, and all that. These tiers don't exist. They logically cannot exist because they are logical contradictions. To
I
their
thought
own
they was trapped in the time room for 1,000 years. What is the time room? He'd go crazy without
without pizza.
No pizza. That is true. Well, also no strawberry sundae.
He needs all that.
You become Virgil. You'll just become Virgil 2.0, but this time he doesn't care.
First fight in All Stars is not canon. This is correct.
So very good at naming. Yeah. What are you talking about for the time room?
No, it's the What If series. Like, there's a lot of What If YouTubers or YouTubers that do What Ifs on Goku being trapped in the time
statement.
Oh, no, nice.
So there are imitations. Okay, so there are imitations of one another corresponding size, all infinite, just like the same side to a 9-sided coin. Are any of them infinitely layered? And are each layer superior to the last in dimensionality? Not so much the 9 realms, but the Yggdrasil itself sure is. There's an innumerable, infinite amount of branches, also each infinite in size, branching off to another infinity. All transcend time and space, as such is the nature of the tree, but each last branch also transcends the last, fully or partially. Full. What about the realms themselves? Anything I mentioned is the lower part of the tree, but the actual top part of the tree, which houses the realms, is above the tree's infinitely stacked bottom. Oh my god.
What?
That is such an insanely loaded question. Even putting aside the fact that it's fake. It is so insanely loaded. My god, it's like a scripted interview. Like, does someone have a gun to his head?
How does he just say all this off the fly? And why would he give some random guy this much time?
Why would Cory Barlog randomly go up to some person and be like, yeah, let me start using power scaling language to define something when I've never talked like this? Ever.
Yeah.
Time chamber? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably train after a while, and then just get bored and, I don't know, fall asleep forever.
Probably.
Forever and ever, until he finally decides to just BFR himself back out of the time room. Just specifically just leave.
Yeah, if he gets frustrated or bored enough, he might just break out of the time chamber.
Probably just because he felt like it.
I'm cutting this.
So in conclusion, Norse cosmology is Aleph, infinity, extraversal transcendences. Oh my gosh.
True. Absolutely. You provided so much evidence to prove that.
And totally no fake scans whatsoever.
No. My one thing would be I don't even want to debate. I just want to have AG in a Discord call and have him try to convince me any sort of tier 0
On anything.
exists in reality as what we know. From what we know. I just want him to have that.
That reminds me of the prototype messages now. The prototype messages were kind of similar, kind of not. Because that, I believe that's that actual conversation with the guy, the writer, that conversation was real. About 66% of it. Only a specific portion of it was fabricated. Which I found to be interesting, that the what was his name? William J. Weber? The guy that actually fabricated it. I don't know why he felt the need to alter any part of the conversation.
Yeah, because it's like he could have just questioned its validity, but no, he had to alter it, and then he had a video ready.
No. He was no. You don't understand. William J. Weber was the one asking like a writer about this, and then he got the screenshots of the entire conversation, but he edited portions of the conversation. So people came to the conclusion that when Balrog made a video about this, going over the scans, after he looked through the video footage of him to show him talking to him, he's like, okay, it seems to be fine. You're directly sourcing a video of it. Later on, someone made a video explaining how and told Balrog that hey, by the way, William probably fabricated those.
Cole McGrath victim. Well, no, he didn't edit. No, he edited certain elements to upscale Alex.
He edited certain elements to just give Alex a bunch of different things. I don't think it was strictly just for AP. It was for abilities and a bunch of other stuff. But you're correct, Mark, in the sense that he was adding stuff just to make things favorable, which I found to be weird, because even the DM itself was already somewhat favorable to Alex. Don't know why. He felt the need to do that.
It's dumb. I don't know.
It's all dumb.
Anyways, me explaining Resident Evil eggs.
Cole McGrath would probably get stomped by Kratos, even on his lowest interpretation, on his worst day.
Insert Resident Evil next Kratos. Insert me the darkness explaining me.
Resident Evil next Kratos? In what reality does Resident Evil scale to mountain level?
Oh, we got RE6 there.
They have a RE6 at country level.
Oh, well, okay, so we have
Based
the
on
high
what?
specifically House's statement of, so assuming the way Houses works in his description statements of producing gas, he has to produce a gas large enough to cover the entire planet. The energy output would have to be mountain level, or around mountain level. It's closer to island, but it is large mountain. Assuming he has to do it physically, because his entire boss fight never shows him producing any form of clouds. It's just him physically doing that.
Kind of a really strange way to scale someone to what is based on the amount of gas that they can produce, and then assuming off of that deduction, the deduction would only be the calculation you're making, not how much power he has, or that his physiology works that way. That's a really weird way of producing it. I would almost argue that's downright strange, bizarre.
It is weird, but the cloud is weaker than House. The game makes this perfectly clear. House's physical capabilities outshine anything he has in terms of infection rate, or in terms of what he can produce, his abilities.
DVD Wesker above Marvel vs. Capcom, not as good. I never actually played Dead by Daylight, so I wouldn't know his.
Don't play it, Mangler. Don't ever play Dead by Daylight.
It's terrible.
It literally ruins our friendship.
Do you think Kratos beats Doomslayer? I would argue Kratos beats Doomslayer any day of the week. He has better speed feats, better AP beats, actual hacks.
Well, yeah, he has
which
actual
is
hacks.
kind of surprising because he has none. So it's like no hacks versus no hacks squared. It's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
I will say this: Kratos does not have an answer to the BFG. That's all I'm gonna say.
I would just be of the position that the BFG, unless you just assume Doomslayer is like, oh yeah, I see this guy, I have to pull out the BFG right now at the beginning of the fight, even though I'm getting speed blitzed.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-speed
Yeah.
blitzed.
Just like us, just him charging up the blast if it produces any amount of radiation. Kratos will
Well,
It would just give Kratos
that wouldn't matter
cancer.
even if he died, because Kratos would still kill Doomslayer before the radiation actually killed him, so he'd still win even if he died afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna die, but at least he's taking Kratos out with him.
Play it with me, Mark. I'm not playing it with anybody.
Play
I don't
DVD
want
or
to play.
MVC.
I don't want to play. I'm pretty sure DVD, MVC. I don't even think I would be able to play MVC with you unless we're on the same platform.
As someone who plays DVD basically every day, I recommend that game to absolutely nobody.
No, Mark plays DBD. He asked for the DBD. stuff.
And it's like, here's all my time and effort. Don't ever put all this time and effort, by the way.
It's a terrible game.
Non-refundable.
Mark,
I have
man,
Prestige
yes.
30 Wesker. I have a Prestige 20 Kaneki. We are not the same.
and then
The
Paul
Voth was
Kiko-
weakened when the
Devoth
Doomslayer fought him.
Fought him.
I'm assuming you meant fought. So yes, and also no. The problem is that we don't actually get a statement that Devoth himself is technically weakened. He's just like in a suit. So I've explained before that Devoth being weak or strong doesn't matter, because the actual cosmology feats of creating universes don't come from Devoth. They come from the engines of creation, which is stated in the Codex. The Codex is where you would get all the uni feats and the actual context for them, not in the cutscenes or anything else. And
Hey,
what they tell you in Doom is that he creates them with the machines, and that the machines are not like this sort of weird symbolic notion. They're an actual
physical.
machine that exists in the void. Well, no, it's not technically physical because it exists in the void.
Or well, yeah.
It's an abstract entity that basically or an abstract artifact that essentially allows you to create life from nothing and reality from nothing.
So I think the verbatim statement is the engines, the quantum engines of creation are not metaphors, but something, right? They
directly espouse the notion that the engines of creation are like some sort of hyperbolic thing. They are a literal engine sitting in the void. And you turn them on to create universes.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. They're mentioned in 11, 12, and 10. It's mentioned. It also the first mention of it is something like the quantum engines, or the quantum engines creation, quantum engines. It's referenced throughout the books. It's only ever talked about later on, because now they're explaining, hey, we already mentioned the engines. They're not metaphorical. These things are literal.
They exist.
And they lie on the far side of reality through the void, or piercing the far side of the void, or the far side of reality that's being pierced by the void or penetrated by the void. I think that's exactly what it. I'm a nerd. I know these statements at the back of my hand.
Dean or Poseidon, let's not forget you actually said on my comments that game feats and actual game statements are more important than codex statements.
And he
Codex-
You
provided,
outright said that, Poseidon.
Codex, to be clear, is the actual lore that's explaining something to be happening. So I would consider that more valid.
his evidence is Devoth saying in the final boss fight, everything will be undone by my hand as it has been done, or something like that. That's more or less the
because that's
report.
As by my
more
hand all things were created,
definitive.
and so too shall they be unmade, starting with you. That's what
Yeah,
the whole quote was.
That's more definitive and more clear than a codex entry literally telling me how Devoth actually made everything, how everything was done by his hand, rather than him just saying all things are done by my hand.
Essentially
That's
saying
so
that Codex is
incredibly
false.
generous. Which, keep in mind, you can still believe everything was made by Devoth, which I do. I just think he made them using the engines. It's not a contradiction to my position, but it is to yours if you believe
He
in
created it himself.
Doomslayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like this statement cannot be fixed later on. If Doom decided to expound on it, they could literally just say, "Oh, Daboff is stronger than the Ender's creation." There's your easiest fix. But that's never gonna happen because the UES is shit to begin with.
I could argue Argent Energy being stronger than that, or not 115 Energy being stronger than Argent Energy.
Well, yeah, because it's way more consistent in empowering enemies. It's way more consistent in giving you abilities. It's way more consistent in basically everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more consistent in giving you knowledge than it is.
115 energy doesn't have to be converted 5 billion times in order to become like a basic energy source. You just send it out of your fucking obelisk into people's minds and it turns them into zombies. Very simple, straightforward, step-by-step process of just put it in them, turn them into fucking undead. And there's no like convoluted process of, oh, let me stick them in a separate dimension, let them wander the bowels of hell and in agony but not dying until they slowly get tortured to the death so that they can just lose their will so that their soul can be pulled out so that we can then parse part of it, get the essence out of there, drip it in some other hell goop, combine it with sentinel energy, fuse it again, then put it through a factory, refine it at a specific temperature range, mix it with an artificial plasma, and then you get Argent Energy. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why not just
make it
why not
simple,
just give
please.
me like a basic energy ball directly from the source of something?
And then you have like so many steps removed to get Argent Plasma, and then so many steps removed to convert that into weaponry, or to put that into a weapon. It's like, how many steps do you want? Yes.
Doomslayer's armor, unbreakable armor is BS.
Yeah, it was just the scientists, or not the scientists, the people on that
It's
ship testing it.
it's not even unbreakable because they point out it's nigh invulnerable, so they're convinced that some of the weapons that they tested on him actually got through the armor or were able to disrupt the foundation of the armor itself.
Mm-hmm.
Which we're being super generous to the UAC because they don't understand what they're dealing with. They're only testing the tech they have available. We are absolutely giving them like the highest possible assumptions. We don't have evidence. It's not a deduction. We're not stating here we factually know what they were. We don't know. We're never told.
Digital T, however, thinks that.
No. Yeah, which is why it's a test. But I want to point this out. They didn't even have Argent weapons at the time.
No, they didn't.
They had yet to put Argent Energy and Argent Plasma and any form of Argent into their weapons. And the house spawns, when they're anti-Argent, would literally just be, if you assume Argent Energy is that much higher, they would just one-tap that armor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally, if you take that statement at this highest point and you go on the whole Argent Energy should be superior, Doomslayer should be one-tapped by the most fodder of enemies, being amped by Argent Energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's just bad.
I know, right?
Find scans what I had.
Wait, I remember I saw that on you and Zim's video on Digital T versus Doomslayer and Dante and Virgil.
You mean Doomslayer versus Dante and Virgil, not
Doomslayer
Digital T versus.
Yeah, I meant Digital T's
Well,
video.
yeah, I guess it
on
was.
them.
I guess it was Digital T versus Dante and Virgil because there was a lot more. There was
He just
a
said
lot
out
of
reversal
assumptions
durability,
there.
and that was it.
It was just like, yeah, they're out of versal, and I'm like
Quantified?
Source. Can we get a source? Like, not even a scan, just they're outer.
He just say, "Oh, it's out reversal." This one isn't even
It
close.
kind of reminded me of that Souls video we did where we were just like, oh well, when it's probably like star level, based on him pulling energy from the star. I'm like, well, it's not entirely true, but like, sure, I guess I understand why you think that because it's called Lord of Sunlight. And he's like, okay, well, so I can see Gwen being this, or he's either star level to possibly uni. I'm like, wait, uni? I'm like, that's a lot. That's a huge difference. To maybe outer.
That is a
Like,
massive
what do you
jump there.
do you think this is a haggling session? Do you think that I'm sitting over like a table with you and you're like a member of like a bazaar market and we're discussing the prices that I want to buy an object for? No. We're talking about what you have to prove. You don't get to start at the top and be like, listen, guys, I can argue outer, but I'll reasonably concede to Multiverse Plus. No, you don't. You have to prove. You don't get to, like, wager tiers. That doesn't make it more convincing. There's no highball, lowball position. That's a fallacy.
Like, if we were to take a look
Source
at
amp
the it's
envelope
like,
versus source amp sponsor. I probably have more sources than sponsor does.
I don't.
There's no way Max just said the eh.
I don't partake in this conversation because I feel like it's not. I feel weird because I consider everybody here my friend. It's like I don't like talking about this like that. It's like no.
It's just
yeah,
to
we'll
start beef.
It's like it's unnecessary. Especially like I have yet to tell you this. You know how I went through all those verses? At some point, we had an entire server catalog with like, oh, so here's this one statement, here's the exact source, here's the exact page number, here's the exact line, here's the exact video you can find with the exact time set. All that's gone. It's like, oh, so you're telling me I have no sources? I have to resource everything? So like when you ask,
and I also have a scan server for the same thing.
yeah, it's like so like when you ask me for something, it's like it's now all stuff I have gotten already. Mind you, I'm like 50% of the way done. That's how fast I work. I have 50%.
The biggest problem with most of Kratos' abilities and hacks that they come from Kratos' weapons, not from Kratos' own power. I'd say that and the fact that he keeps losing those weapons.
Every single game he loses them.
Every single game. Man is like Sora with how many times his powers get reset.
The only agenda that matters is the Wesker agenda.
Wait. All I'm gonna say
Those
is,
are overrated. Yeah. Especially when you're VSP.
also, we're gonna talk about me being anti-social. Don't. That's like, it's like there's there. Here. Let me give you the hierarchy. It's me, whoever else, Kiko, whoever else, Haru, whoever else, social. There's no quantifier there. It's just a big gap of filler. I'm never gonna reach that. It doesn't matter how many times he would want to help me. I'm not gonna reach that gap.
We address the video because we've been here like 3 hours over what I'm assuming was like a 2-minute short.
Less than 2 minutes, actually. Like only. Okay, 1:50. But yeah, I think the video's pretty much done now. Overall, yeah, this proved absolutely nothing, even close to multi, which was actually what he was arguing in Instagram.
Like I say, nothing close to uni.
Yeah, nothing close to uni. Mm-hmm.
Multi.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Nothing even close to wall level. Nothing even close to human level. I don't know, man. I don't see any evidence for human level. I think it might be below human level, guys.
I mean, through what he's given us.
No, you don't get it. You didn't prove human level. I guess human level is above extraversal.
Human level is above extraversal.
I like how that's an actual point. That's a topic of debate now. Like, I hate how that can actually be a debate.
Just like us humans viewing fiction as fiction?
No, because extraversal doesn't exist.
Oh. Well, technically, then humans would be above extraversal or some shit like that.
There is no extraversal to so
No, I know that. Yes, I'm just saying that's what they're saying. Social economics telling Kratos to kill his family. What the fuck is extraversal exactly?
No, if you remember correctly, Kratos was gaslit into killing his family. He didn't know they were there in the village that day. He was actually just slaughtering a completely different, innocent family of women and children. They just happened to be there in the middle of his blood rage.
I want to make up the joke I told you, but like I'm scared because Mangler's gonna be like, no.
What, the Death Void video or the Death Void one?
No. Mangler just doesn't like it when I say Death Void. He doesn't. He just rocks with Doppelganger. No. The God of War one's like. I said God of War's writing is like basic, but it's like I say it because it's like I compare Kratos to like a drunk driver. It's like, oh, I killed my family. It's like,
Still
you got away from the
responsible.
booth. Yeah, you're still responsible. I mean, you can't blame it on the alcohol. In this case, you can't blame it on Ares. It's your fault.
Mhm.
Blame it on the blood rage.
Yeah. You can't... Okay, Mango like it. Okay.
I just like the idea of him being lost in the literal sauce.
Lost in the
as
sauce
he-
of anger.
And it's lost in the sauce of anger and blood as he murders everybody. The God of War writing really peaks in God of War 4. It really doesn't, actually. God of War 4 tries way too fucking hard. Like, in so much of its cutscenes, not cutscenes actually, I shouldn't say cutscenes, because it's all one goddamn shot for some reason. Fantastic choreography, by the way. You know, you just drive your entire game under one cinematic shot with no cuts. I don't know how they did that without, like, you know, shooting themselves in the head. That seems like torture.
Better
You
than
need to
Arthur
have cuts
Morgan?
in an actual movie.
Yeah, I mean, so like God of War 4 is good. It's just like it's not the best in God of War writing. Sadly not.
It's not even like it's not
Not
even
great.
like the style that I think you could accept. I don't even think God of War writing is all that great. The novels are probably the best written portions of the story overall, especially God of War 1's novel, because it just gives so much more context to stuff that should be in the game.
I do think Kratos is better written than Arthur, yeah. It's subjective.
Arthur Morgan? I'm trying to remember who that is.
Red Dead Redemption
Red Dead
2.
Redemption.
Tuberculosis.
Ah, there we go. The guy the guy from the game I never played.
Yeah, I don't get what the community hates RD2. It's like, oh, they glaze the story. It's like, yeah, because the story is actually great. It's a pretty good story. Like,
I got tuberculosis. That sounds unfortunate.
Yeah, oh, he's
Get better.
talking. He's talking about something else. He's you don't know what he's talking about, Mangler. I know what he's talking about.
Arthur getting downplayed all of a sudden. Arthur
You
Morgan
mean,
after aiming,
Carl, you need
slamming
my
out a village,
DNA.
but feels bad.
More of a blood transfusion.
I get the right stuff together so I can make a pizza dog.
A pizza dog. It's like wrapping a hot dog around a pizza.
Pizza sounds really good right now.
pizza as the
I'm very
bread.
Italian, so I need sauce.
He needs
Dude,
the
that's just
sauce.
I will die.
That's like something
Genetically
that both my
predispositioned to have sauce every 12 hours. If I don't, I die.
You and Flame are Italian. Me and you are in the same state.
Unoriginal and I
Faustino
are in the same state also.
in
We go to the same school.
City, going to the same university. You guys are like in the. You guys are within a mile of each other, and then you just have me. It's like,
I
why?
got my SpongeBob meal at Burger King. Nice.
Mangler's gonna
I was
pull up
like,
with SpongeBob scaling.
the
No,
ninth
I don't
dimension
scale
SpongeBob.
a lot of like cartoons and comics really.
It's just a lot of Toon Force and reality warping. That's realistically it.
Mm-hmm.
You just said reality warping and reality warping together. That was kind of weird.
Toon Force.
Toon Force is
Of course, it's
reality
just reality
warping.
warping. That's all it is.
Toon Force is
It's not even.
reality
It's not even a specific type of reality warping. It's just reality warping in a cartoon. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's so the reason why I differentiate the two, it's because SpongeBob tries they try to make the two different. All right, but it's
No, all SpongeBob does when he Toon Forces is that the story tries to make it like a
Funny.
comedic effect, but he's
Yeah.
still doing the same Toon Force that would happen in any other cartoon.
I'm aware. If they try to I'll try to make it different just for semantics. I'm a semantical argument, man. I argue semantics.
Not even a semantic thing. You're just wrong.
Can I join the next stream even if I know nothing about the topic? Maybe.
Come here.
Oh,
wouldn't-
you have
wouldn't be
to
up to
think
me.
the same,
I
Max?
I don't run. I don't run the streams.
I
I would never run
don't.
with it.
I don't understand stuff. Just say I don't.
It's just
I don't know. It's just saying.
Yeah.
I'm antisocial.
He's antisocial,
Cat.
but he's friends with social.
If you join the call, probably would have to talk. Probably.
Yes. I don't like talking. I just like
Max, your
doing.
cat's gonna eat all your food. I'd probably get to him.
No, I'm holding him. I'm outside.
Oh, okay, good.
You're not being held. You would like being held because you are my cat.
Hey, when are you gonna send that cat over to my place? Cause I'm kind of hungry.
When he grows up to be big enough to eat you.
Aw, but then I can't eat him.
I'm just secretly raising like
Probably gonna
Yeah.
probably gonna head out now.
All right, I think that's where I'm gonna cut off stream. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good day. God bless.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mangler.
God bless.
Here we are.
Oh. Wow.